All right, shalom everybody. Peace of the Lord to all of you. I hope today we'll have a good time. As you remember, we are waiting for Sheikh Ali. He promised to come Thursday, and today is Thursday. But he did not say exactly what minute he will be here. He's not sure about his time. But he said he will come the same time he came last time, which was, around now. So until we get Imam Ali to join us, he was a very powerful Muslim, very, very powerful, unbelievable. Until now, I have a lot of batches in my face and stickers, all over, because he demolished me. Muslims are very powerful. They know Islam very well. They know Christianity. They know anything. Nobody can debate a Muslim. Let us face Islam very well. They know Christianity. They know. Have you ever seen anyone can debate Muslims? Never happened. All right. So until he come, I just search online. Muslim comics. 10 reasons why Islam is the true religion. Now, when somebody says to you reasons, you think there is reasons. You start reading, you would die laughing. Okay, what is the reason number one? The religion for Allah is Islam. This is reason number one. So why Allah called the Jews Jews, and supposedly they were Muslims, and why he called the Christian Christians, and supposedly they are Muslims? All right. Allah, look here, look. Many people around the world don't believe in because of the lack of evidence. Like, what the heck? Some, when they are asked what kind of evidence would they like, will say miracles in the front of their faces, which is subjective experience and would actually be worst type of evidence, really. As everyone would have to have the same subjective experience as well. If only one person had a miracle appear before them, then that miracle would be evidence only for that one person. For everyone else, the person was deluded, hallucinating, drunk, and so on. It's not proof. Also, the person could convince themselves that it was a dream. All of this when I tell you why Muhammad don't have miracles. Abdul, if this is the logic, so why Allah, according to Muslims, he gave Jesus all those miracles? We will go with you. Why only Muhammad, Allah don't give him miracles? Like Allah never thought about those reasoning? Here we go. Jesus, they believe in him. There's a 3 billion human being believe in Jesus. In the top of them, even the Muslim believe that Jesus did miracles. So what do you mean they did not believe in the miracles? So all of this is just to tell you it's a Friday. I know for us it's Thursday. So here the Muslims, and look, they are giving you a verse in the Quran, excuse given by Muhammad, why he don't have miracles. Look at this. And even if we had sent down to them the angel, and that they spoke to them, and we gathered together everything in front of them, they would not believe unless Allah should will. But most of them are ignorant. Like, what the heck? If there is anyone have little brain will say such a stupid thing? Are they ignorant? Is it by the will of Allah? Is it because there is a lack of evidence? Which one? Here in this verse, this is the Muslim translation, by the way. I'm not saying it's wrong or right. I'm just reading the website as it is. And even if we had sent them down to them angels, okay, they will not believe. Are you sure? So how the people of Mecca later they convert to Islam, all of them? Look what happened. They will not believe you. You know, this is Allah speaking. He's saying they will not believe. You know, there is no question that the author of the Quran is mentally ill and he is suffering from stupidity, severe stupidity. Again, we are waiting for Imam Ali to come. Trash can saying if CP was for God and his son Jesus would advise all people to stay away from politics. Now CP is another false messiah. That's deep. No wonder your name is a trash can. I mean, your mom, she gave you a good name. I'm sure she dumped her ministration every 20 days in you. You eat it potato. In fact, we encourage all the Christians. First, you are not a Christian, obviously. We encourage all the Christians to engage in politics. As an example, look now what happened. When the Christian went and vote, the woke, they were defeated. So just 2 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, the woke, they were teaching our kids in schools how to put your fingers in your anus. Just 4 weeks ago. They were teaching kids you should chop your penis, became a girl. So when the Christian vote and say no, we save the children and we save nation. Now, you got your name a trash can for a good reason. So in fact, I encourage every Christian to vote and to involve in politics, because if we are not going to involve, who is going to take over? The Abdul and the homosexual. And then don't cry when you see them forcing false teaching in your kids. Such a person, this person is no Christian, obviously. He is a potato, he's a Muslim. In the best scenario, he is just a donkey. I will give you a better rank in the future. For now, you are a donkey. If you get better, I will make you a mule. All right. Each time there's an election, you have to go and vote. Otherwise, don't cry later when those filthy people they force on your children's and on you their stupid agenda, which is nothing but sexual agenda, have nothing to do with politics. Now we continue here. Forget about trash can. He have a name for a reason. But if ask what sort of evidence a person would require to believe in evolution, dark matter, or some other scientific belief, the answer would not be miracle. Okay. The answer wouldn't even be to see the evidence with their eyes. They are satisfied with with being told that is true by trusted people, scientists, and that is enough for them. They trust scientific process, and they trust the peer-reviewed journals and the conclusion of these men. even while knowing, between two brackets, or perhaps they don't know, that science change all the time and has many, like it's changed all the time. Okay. So this is Abdul, Joe Rogan, and Firas Zahabi debate in scientific truth.
Guy was kind of a quack.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, buddy.
Yeah.
Once they start talking about toxins, we're cleansing you of toxins. I'm like, oh.
Again, see, that's a narrative.
Yeah.
It's possible, but it's not proven.
Right.
It's just a possible story you tell yourself.
Yeah, but that term, toxins, is so, that is like, there's certain things that people say where you're dealing.
So what this video is about? Scientific truth? I don't see anything here. I thought there is something important. Yeah, let's move on. Here's good entertaining video on the subject of nature of science. So prove that verity Islam rather than showing people subjective miracles. Okay. Instead, I am presenting 10 proofs, evidence found in Islam, for why Islam is a true religion. Give us first one. The first, number one, Quran claimed to be the word of God. Look what he just gave us. He just said Quran claimed to be the word of God, and then it says, indeed we have sent it down as an Arabic Quran that you might understand. And the one is writing the article, he don't know Arabic for sure. How this is a proof that the Quran is the word of God? You say so. Chapter 12, verse number 2. All praise to Allah, due to Allah, who has sent down upon his servants the book. Guys, he's giving you proofs that the Quran is from Allah. What is the proof? Muhammad said that Allah said through the angel who said to me, and I say to you this. So now this is the proof. This is very strong proof. We have to be honest. This is amazing proof. Very strong, very strong. So he's giving you verses now in the Quran. And look here, he gave us a verse very important. I want all of you remember this verse. Chapter 4, verse number 82. Then do they not reflect upon the Quran? If it had been from any other than Allah, they would have found within it much contradiction. Okay, wonderful. So now Allah, he put the test for the book. Who is a Muslim would like to join us and accept the challenge of Allah? Any Muhammadan? Guys, when Ali arrived, let me know, huh? Do we have any Muhammadan? If Allah, he put the principle of what is from God, what is not from God, and this is the principle, you will find a lot of contradiction. I remember, when Mimi Hijab was speaking to what his name, the Borat, the one who attacked Christianity, the atheist. So he said to him, the Quran have zero contradiction. Borat said to him, well, what does have to do with being from God or not? The yellow pages have zero contradiction. He was laughing like this. Oh boy. Yes, Azhar.
I'm maybe out of topic, but Azhar, I want to ask you. I had a Muslim girlfriend, so what should I do?
You have a Muslim what?
Girlfriend.
You have a Muslim girlfriend?
Yeah, and I'm Christian.
Okay. I will tell you what you do. the, the first thing you do. What happened to my page? The first thing you do, you get lost. A Christian man, he will not have a girlfriend. Secondly, a Christian man cannot associate with the women. She is not even Christian. Number three, if you are a horny dog, then nobody can guide you to what you do. A true man, he will not go and have a girlfriend, no matter who is she. You want to get married? Go get married. Girlfriend and stupidity, this is garbage. All right? Yeah. Convert to Islam, you can have 4 girlfriends in the bed. All right? I don't have time for it. I'm not here your dating consultant. Lord have mercy. Anyway, we continue. No, when he say girlfriend, you know, there's a difference between saying girlfriend and friend. If she is a friend, you know, even you see, I don't know, like those kind of things doesn't work with me. And if somebody trying to help somebody, like, you know, this remind me of Muhammad. He says, if you cannot be fair with the orphan, go and if women. So Muhammad, when he want to do charity to the orphan, he if them. So are you trying now to do charity to the girlfriend you are sleeping with? You are a very good man. She said she want to convert. Yeah, I don't know. You can bring her here to listen to me, but if you have a girlfriend in the meaning that she is really your girlfriend, as what I understand what the word mean, that is a garbage. We go back to our topic. Who is a Muhammadan would like to join us? And let us do some examination if the Quran have contradictions or not. Any Muhammadan? Any Muhammadan would like to join us? Is the Quran, Allah, he put a challenge saying, if this is a book made by other than Allah, you will find in it a lot of contradictions. Who is a Muhammadan would like to take the test? You can have a girlfriend without boom boom. I don't know, English is not my first language, but if you mean girlfriend, what I know, girlfriend means something more than just a friend. Why you don't say friend then? Do you have to say girlfriend? Say friend. What girlfriend mean? Any Muhammadan? Allah, he said there is no contradiction in the Quran. Who is a Muslim agree? Any Abdul? I hope that Ali, he did not promise us and he ran away. Because last time he was here 2 days ago, he was really, I mean, the guy, he turned red. We made him literally red. No, Hussein, he don't speak Arabic. He was posting those Arabic letters, but this is not Arabic language. Any Muhammadan? Who would like to join us? Mayday, mayday. Remember that Muhammad himself do not speak Arabic. I mean, he speak Arabic supposedly, but he do not know how to write his name. And yet he was the professor of the University of Allah. I mean, if Andrew Tate he can open university and he don't have high school, well, Muhammad he can open the top university in the world. Why not? You know? Any Muhammadan would like to join us? Mayday, mayday. If Ali join us, if Ali is here, anytime Ali he show up, please let me know. All right? We want Ali to come to. Actually, I was afraid Ali will come, to be honest with you, because you know Ali is so strong, you know, and we have to be careful when we speak to someone like Ali. It's not easy. It's not easy, you know. People they can say to you things, people they can, but this is Ali. He was the most powerful sheikh ever I spoke to. Any Muhammadan? You would like to share NDE? Well, I don't know what NDE. What is that in NDE mean? How in the world I want to know what NDE mean? Near-death experience? My friend, I have this experience every day when I was in the Middle East. I can tell you about but tens of them, thousands of them. In the Middle East, every day you almost die. Oh boy! Once I went to buy a bread. I arrived to the store, to the bakery, and then I just, oh man, I forgot my wallet. Oh, what I did. And I just came from like a high floor. There's no electricity. The elevator is not working. Oh boy, I was really upset. So I turned my back to go back to get my wallet. I was almost in the bakery. So I turned my back and walk away, I don't know, maybe 30 meters, something like that, you know. And then boom, explosion, car explosion in front of the bakery. Tens of people died. People lost their arms, lost their legs, lost their eyes. Me, myself, I woke up, I found myself in the hospital. I don't know what happened. Oh, what I remember, I did fly on the air. I woke up in the hospital. I have a towel on my head, and the blood is coming in my face like crazy. So what happened to me? A piece of a glass came from one of those buildings, you know, after the explosion. The explosion made me jump up. I fell down. A piece of a glass fell on my head, stuck in my head. So this is the Middle East, my friend. Near time death. Yeah. Anyway, I was lucky actually. The doctor was very good. He made the stitches really amazing, you know, like everybody is saying this is amazing. Anyway, but if, you know, I can say that God saved me. You know, if I did not forget my wallet, I will be one of those who lost their hands. In the best scenario, you will be losing a hand or an arm or maybe all your legs. God knows. If not, your head will be flying. Just today, actually, now, a few hours ago, a Muslim, he put bombs in 3 buses in Israel. Did you hear the news? Did you hear the news? Yeah. Filthy animal. The good thing is, it's amazing, like nobody died, really. So he put the 3 bombs in 3 buses. He go from bus to bus. He put the bombs. No, 5 hours ago. As you see. Look what happened to the bus. So imagine if the bus is full of people, you know what will happen. They are saying there is no, there's no injury, which is a miracle. I mean, with all the buses burning and yeah, right. So if you live in the Middle East, those things is like is no news. It's like everyday shish kebab. This is what Islam brought to you. All right. Nothing new. Garbage in, garbage out. Yeah. Every day, like in Israel, every day there's a new attack. Let us see, we have somebody.
Hello.
Hey, hello.
Yes.
So you are a Muslim, right?
Yes.
You're still a Muslim. You spoke to me before.
Yes.
Why are you still a Muslim?
Because it's the right religion.
Oh, okay. Well, as you see here, I have a website in the front of me. It says, if this is a book made by other than Allah, you will find in it a lot of contradiction. Do you agree with that?
Of course.
Which one Allah created first? The stars or the mountains?
I don't know. I guess stars. Not the stars. I don't know really. No one know.
No
Not
one.
me, not you, not anyone.
That's deep. Nobody knows.
What the when God decided to create the universe, I don't know how it's come, but it's come, right?
What come? Don't speak about sex, my friend. Listen, we are talking about.
I'm not speaking about sex.
You just said.
I'm not speaking about sex.
You just said come.
I said when God.
Okay. I thought you are talking about.
I said
See
when
you.
God.
All right. So listen. I will help you. So here it says. You see my screen, right?
Yes.
And you know Arabic, so that's perfect. So here in this verse, can you tell me what is your conclusion from this?
Okay, make a zoom a little bit. Which one? Which ayah?
The verse with the green. I made it a green for you.
هو الذي خلق هو الذي خلق لكم ما في الأرض جميعا ثم استوى إلى السماء فسواهن 7 سماوات وهو بكل شيء عليم. Okay.
So based on this, which one Allah he finished first? What is in the earth or what is in the sky?
هو الذي خلق لكم ما في الأرض جميعا. Okay, so he started with the earth, with the land.
No,
the earth.
I'm not asking who start where he finished first. He finished the earth first or he finished the sky first?
It's the ayah says is the sky.
This is what the ayah says. You speak Arabic, right?
Yes. هو الذي خلق لكم ما في الأرض. Okay.
I know
ثم استوى إلى السماء.
I know that Muslims are very slow, but you are very slow, my friend. I mean, extremely slow. What do you mean a sky? It says.
I'm not understand your question.
Okay, he don't understand my slow. Okay, which one, based on this verse, Allah finished the earth first or the sky? He's thinking. Do you want to call a friend?
I don't want to call anyone.
What do you
So
mean?
the ayah says the earth.
The earth. Are you sure? Give me a
Do you have any other opinion?
opinion. I don't have opinion. I'm not talking about your religion. This is not about opinion.
So you ask me question,
Listen,
and I
listen.
read it.
Respect your God, man. What opinion here? We don't give opinion about what God say. This is Allah Himself. Respect yourself. So tell me what Allah says. Did He say the earth first or the sky first? Give me the final answer.
It depends for the verse. Some verses sometimes says the earth, sometimes it says the sky. It depends for the context.
Depends. Hold on, guys. Depend on the verse. Sometimes it says Allah finished the sky first. Sometimes says Allah finished the earth first.
I said it depends.
What
So
depends? This is
sometimes
about the creation. Cannot be independent. You know what it is about temperature? Allah created the earth.
okay, you asked me this question before. You asked me this question before, and I answered to you.
No, you are not
So you
answering.
cannot.
It can't be depend. So you know that Allah, He have a contradiction. You just admit it to Allah. He don't even remember which one He created first.
You asked me specifically in this verse. It says, هو الذي خلق لكم ما في الأرض. So he start with the land, with the earth.
And He finished the earth first, correct?
فسواهن سبع سماوات.
No, He finished the earth first. He said, هو الذي خلق لكم ما في الأرض جميعا. He created for you everything in the earth. So the earth is done first. Correct? Everything. Okay. Do you agree?
Okay, what's your point?
My point that the Quran, as you said, in different verses saying the opposite. So, but the Quran says, if this Quran is not made by God, you will find in it a lot of contradiction. So, if the Quran made by Allah, then Allah, I mean, this is very simple. He should remember which one He created first. What kind of God He don't remember? One statement He say He created what is in the sky first, and one statement He says He created what is in the earth first. It can't be both, because this is an order. Which one the order? Allah, obviously the one who wrote the Quran is not God. Is that this is Muhammad?
No.
Huh?
So again, so sometimes, okay, let me give you an example to understand, so you can understand. So God says in many verses in the Quran, different surahs, says God created the universe in 6 days. It does not mean that God created. That does not mean that God did say it 4 times or 6 times.
What?
God say it 4 or 6 times in the Quran, not because God created 4 times or 6 times. God mentioned 4 times or 6 times to confirm that this is happened. To confirm this is happened. So
are you married? Are you married? Are you married?
No, I'm not married.
Thank God. I feel sorry for your wife in the future. My friend, don't get married. What second time, first time, what verses? Listen carefully. Allah created.
You asked me question.
Allah created the earth first, or the sky first, the stars first.
So in other verses. Okay. You have a problem.
I have a problem.
You have a problem. Yes. The problem is your problem is you try to play game against me. Or against Quran, because you ask me question.
Very good. I
answer directly to you. It's look like you don't like my answer.
I don't like your
answer. My answer, I told you, it depends for the context.
What
in
context?
Other verses in the Quran,
it can't be.
It can't verses be. What the Quran, God said, they start with the sky.
Abdul, this is about the creation. Cannot be context. It's clear. This is about, like speaking about, I ate first, I sleep next. You can say, I slept first and then I eat next. That is a total contradiction. This is the order is wrong, and this is about creation. So here in chapter 79, it says Allah created the skies and He constructed the skies. Then He raised up the sky. Then He made the day and the night, which mean the stars, the moons, etc. And then After that, he started walking in the earth. And after that, he made the earth flat. And after that, he brought water and grass and trees. And after that, he placed mountains on the earth. So what is the last thing here he did? He placed mountains. What is the first thing he started doing? He constructed the sky. After he finished the sky, what he did? He went to the earth and he start walking in the earth.
I think this is false. I think this is false or wrong argument you bring it.
Really? How? Why?
Because yeah, do you know why? Because you put me in the position of God. You think like I'm a God and I want to decide which, like I'm not the one who wrote down the Quran. I'm not the one who wrote the Quran.
That's deep.
Sometimes God says the sky, sometimes says the air, sometimes do this, do that, but I'm not the one who wrote down the Quran. Yes.
I don't know, for a second I thought you are the one who wrote the Quran. Sorry. Now I remember, it's not you. What are you talking about, man?
أنا من كتبت القرآن فلا يعني.
I know it's not you. If you are the one who wrote it, it's going to be more horrible. But listen. What you said to me, remind me of a very famous prophet. This prophet. Let me get the prophet to mention the prophecy, because you are, somehow I feel like you are out of time.
I'm doing a tour of the library here, and talking about the significance of the passage of time, right? The significance of the passage of time. So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time in terms of what we need to do to lay these wires, what we need to do to create these jobs. And there is such great significance to the passage of time when we think about a day in the life of our children and what that means to the future of our nation, depending on whether or not they have the resources they need to achieve their God-given talent.
Did you understand what the passage of time mean?
I'm doing a tour.
The voice is very low of Kamala Harris.
The voice is very low. A prophet. She was talking about the passage of time. So according to your God, Allah, passage of time. Which one Allah, according to his passage of time, he have done first? He made the stars first, the mountains first, the earth first. Which one? It can't be all of them together, correct?
Okay.
So which one?
So in Surah Yasin.
Yeah, Yasin.
God says. God says.
Where in Yasin? Where in Yasin? Where in chapter of Yasin? Read for me the Arabic in Yasin. Go ahead.
Yes, just 1 minute.
Do you know what Yasin mean?
Surah Yasin. Let me. I'm just make a search.
Yeah. Okay.
Hold on.
Yeah, make a search.
You can speak. Till found it too. You can speak to the people. Just 1 minute.
You do not know your book? What do you mean you can speak? I'm not going.
I said you can. I said you can talk to your people till I found the verse.
No way. I will suspend all talks because we are waiting for you. I told the people today we will have a very smart sheikh, and supposedly we'll have Sheikh Ali, but you show up. So what? No talk after your talk, my friend. Everybody's listening. People are like, most of the people, they are even standing. I told them sit down. Nobody wants to sit down. I don't know why. There's so much respect to your knowledge.
I mean, the reason you come here
to
mocking us, you are not looking for truth. You work for agenda, but anyway.
Yeah, I know agenda. Do you know agenda?
Yeah, if you prove me Christianity right religion, I become Christian right now.
No, thank God.
You can't.
You are the last one. I will invite you to become a Christian.
I mean,
No, 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 no. Don't even think about it.
You claim you are
No,
Christians, but you are not Christian.
don't even think about it. You know.
I'm not. I don't care. I don't care if you become Muslim or no. I don't think
No problem, no problem. But
Islam will accept you. We don't want
yeah,
you to
okay.
become Muslim.
Now don't waste my time. You told me
This
you are
is,
going.
this is,
You told me you are going to give me the passage of time.
you start
I'm
talking to me.
waiting.
You start talking to me.
What is the passage of time? We are waiting. You told me chapter Yasin, and what the chapter Yasin? What do you want me to show you in chapter Yasin? Hmm?
So this is the sky and the earth that was together. The كانتا رتقا.
رتقان.
Yes. ففتقناهما.
Okay.
So
Is
the
that
sky. Okay.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead. You wanna talk?
No. Read it for us.
So this is أولم يروا الذين كفروا أن السماوات والأرض كانتا رتقا ففتقناهما. وجعلنا من الماء كل شيء حل أفلا يؤمنون.
I don't know who taught you.
وجعلنا في الأرض.
I don't know who taught you Arabic. وجعلنا من الماء كل شيء حل.
حي.
حي.
It looks like you have something in your ear.
Okay. All right. So listen. So listen. What does have to do with the question I gave you? Why you are giving me this? Why you gave me this? What for?
So God says the sky and the earth was together.
Okay, but why you give me this? I don't have a keyboard. Let us hold on. Yeah, read it for us. Read for us. By the way, the verse you just gave me prove Islam to be false.
أولم يرى الذين كفروا أن السماوات والأرض كانتا رتقا ففتقناهما. Yeah, you want to make search in this one?
No, I do not need to make search. This is stupid verse, don't you think?
So you ask me how the sky and the earth come, right?
No, I asked you which one first. Which one Allah finished first? I said to you, which one Allah He did work in first? Did He created the stars first or the mountains?
If he start the sky first or the earth first. What's your question? What's your point?
My question is, this is the question. Which one Allah did first according to the Quran? One chapter saying Allah finished the sky first.
My friend, you keep saying a stupid argument because I said to you, it depends for the context. When Allah speaks something, sometimes He put the sky first, sometimes He put the earth first. It depends for the verse. It depends for the verse.
So
you understand?
So you mean Allah He lie in purpose?
No, He's not lie. In God's wisdom, He can't decide to put which verse first.
No, but He is saying here He did this one first and then that one next. This is not about wisdom. This is about stupidity. Either this one or the other one. It cannot be both. If you say I did build the house and then I painted the house, it makes sense. If you say I painted the house and then I built the house, that doesn't make sense. So if the house does not exist, how you can paint the house? So your God Allah, did He work in the earth and finish the earth when the earth doesn't exist? Or He start working it after it exists? So if Allah He finished the earth first, and then the other verse saying Allah He finished the sky first, that's mean this is a clear contradiction. It can't be both.
Okay.
It does mean the Quran is not from God. It's a stupid book.
So you sure the Quran is not from God?
I'm very sure.
You sure about that?
Well, the Quran. Look, this website. This is a Muslim website saying the Quran said if this book is made by other than Allah, you will find in it a lot of contradictions.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. The Quran.
And this is
the Quran.
And this is contradiction.
Okay, so the Quran brings something that your Bible ignore it. Do you know that?
No way. Like what?
Huh?
Like what? Like what?
Like scientific fact that the Bible does not mention, for example.
Okay, give me
a lot of them.
Give me a scientific facts. Go ahead, give me.
So, for example, the last one I mentioned to you that the mountain, they have a root, right?
The what?
The mountain, they have a root.
The mountain have roots, but the mountain doesn't have roots.
Yes, they have. That's your science.
No,
that.
According to the Quran, the mountains does not have roots.
No, they have.
No, according to the Quran, Allah, roots mean that the mountain grow from down up, like the tree. So you put the seed, the seed will grow, some will go up and some will go down. Okay, that's mean the seed is coming from under the ground. According to your Quran, Allah, He throw the mountains on the top of the earth. Do you see it here? And Allah, He placed the mountains in the top of the earth. Let us show you. So if we
show me.
Okay. This is your Quran speaking about mountains. How the mountains came to exist according to science? It's from underneath, not from the top. Not somebody placed it in the top of the earth. So according to the Quran, Allah, He placed the mountains on the top of the earth, not the opposite. So all those verses in front of us are speaking about the mountains. And let us go to the funny. Your God is obsessed with the mountains. When the Quran here says وَالْجِبَالُ أَوْتَادًا,
okay,
this is not root. This is Allah. He dig the mountain in the earth. It's the opposite. It's like, do you know what أوتادا mean? The nail you use, the nail you use to fix the tent, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
You are completely right.
So the nail I used to fix the tent, by tying the rope to it, I hit it with the hammer down in the ground. So I am pushing the nail into the ground, not the opposite. Mountains, they are not coming from the sky. They are coming from the opposite. They are coming from the ground up.
Yes.
Okay. So the Quran is wrong.
So you are say half of a truth, not all truth.
Oh no way! How come?
Yes, because you know what had in Arabic language. They have a lot of meanings. They have deep language. It's also when you say what had, it's like or is like root. Yes, you know it.
Okay, I know it.
You know what? As I know it.
Okay,
you
okay.
speak Arabic.
All right,
you understand.
Shall we?
Yes.
Shall we read the dictionary?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Which dictionary you like most?
But do not play a game again.
I like to play games.
So when you make it share, make sure you are right. Make sure you are right.
Here we go.
When you say
this is the dictionary. Why you are lying? Apologize. This is your Islamic dictionary. Apologize for lying. Go ahead.
So, let me see.
Tell me what it says. I'm showing you on the screen. You don't see my screen? You're lying.
No, I'm not lying.
الجبال أوتادا تثبت بها الأرض كما تثبت الخيام بالأوتاد. It is to fix the ground the same as we fix the tent.
Okay, let me tell you something.
Don't tell me something. Apologize. This is
no, I want to tell you something. Now I listen to you. I listen to you when you speak.
No.
You see, guys, look your people. They are not allowed to speak because.
No. Apologize.
Yeah, you're scared of the
apologize. It's okay. You know, nobody will know what happened.
You are not allowed me to speak.
No, I'm allowing you. Apologize. You said to me dictionary says different.
Then, just give me a minute. Listen, minute.
But you said the dictionary, and you said you will agree with the dictionary.
Okay. So if we take your example for the tent, can the tent is strong without the what's they call in English, without the watad?
Sure, we can.
So God make example. Make example.
Yeah.
Like I say it, not God. I say it like you said that the tent they cannot. They have like amud or watad, right? God, they use the same thing for the mountain.
Hold on. So
yes.
So Allah, He is not making example. You are making things up.
Yes, you're right. I'm saying to myself, I'm not saying God make example. So if you go to Himalaya mountains, they have a roots on the ground, on the earth. So the one they have, I don't know, 2,000, I don't know how many high, but they have a root inside the earth, right or no?
Yeah, do you know Joe Biden? I am suspecting that you are from his family. You speak like him, man. Listen carefully. It is you who mentioned to me this, saying that this is a miracle, but this is a mistake. Because mountains is not like a nail. Somebody push it in the ground. It's coming from the opposite. It is either the pressure of the tectonic plate or from a volcano. Which doesn't matter which one.
Right now, if you come to any mountain and you go ground, did you will found a root or no?
But this is not root. This is nail.
What do you mean a nail? Why you change the word? Why you cheating
it's in
your
front
people?
Of you. Where is the word roots?
Okay, go to those who study the geologia.
I just did. Read it. This is the Arabic. Read it. Here we go. Tafsiru Ayah 7 from Surah An-Naba. Tafsiru Jalalain.
Forget the ayah. Forget the verse.
No, don't forget
what's the science. What the science says about
please,
the mountain? Did they have a root or no?
Guys, did this guy, he said to me, forget the verse? Shame on you. You respect the Quran, man. Nobody can forget the Quran. It's hilarious.
Okay, I answer to you directly.
No,
I say to you what
I am showing you this is your interpretation, saying it is the same as a nail to fix the tent, but this is not how the mountains are made. So the Quran is wrong. It's you who gave me this. Same time, like in the Quran, it says Al-Jibalu Arsaha. Al-Jibal Arsaha. Correct? What Arsaha mean? Tell the people so people can laugh.
Hold on.
This is a false translation, actually. Arsaha does not mean firmly fixed.
Yes. Yeah, does not give the real.
Correct. So, see, they are giving false translation. So, what Jibalu Arsaha translate for us? You translated.
In English?
Yeah, translate. Because as you see, this is false translation.
And the hold on, the mountains have. Yeah, it's wrong.
Yeah, give us the correct translation. Let us see if we can find other translation better than this one. Somebody have dignity, maybe. Yeah, this is a close, but it's not accurate too. The mountains, Allah, He let it rest on the ground. Rest, He put it on the ground. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's like والجبال
أرساها.
like ثبتها.
Yeah, like, you know, Rasat Safina. So the Safina get to the port. So the mountains, Allah, He place it on the earth. Correct?
Okay.
Okay.
Like yeah, ثبتها.
No, not hold on. Where there's no ثبتها. So Allah, He placed the mountains on the earth. Is that what science says?
This is the I found it.
You found it? You found what?
Like they have many different tafsir. This is like
give me the tafsir.
مثبتة والجبال معناها أنها مثبت ثابتة.
Oh, what tafsir you are reading now?
I'm just see it in make a search in Google, not like
I
specific.
know. Google. Okay, just give me the, Google. وَالْجِبَالُ
Okay,
أَرْسَاهَا.
just say it.
وَالْجِبَالُ
وَالْجِبَالِ أَرْسَاهَا.
أَرْسَاهَا.
Not in
Okay,
Google.
so Allah, He placed the mountains on the top of the earth. That is again is wrong, because mountains are not somebody placing them on the top of the earth.
Okay, so this is جعل لها أوتادا أرسى بها وثبتها وقررها حتى سكنت ولم تضطرب بمن عليها.
So Allah, He placed the mountains on the earth so the earth will not be shaky, correct?
Yeah, he make it stay. Does not like move or something.
Yeah. In fact, in Arabic it says tamid. Is that correct?
Meat?
Tamid. You know what tamid mean?
No, I don't know what tamid.
Yeah, you do not know what you know.
Tamid bikum. Okay.
Now you need to laugh. This is hilarious. Now go read for me.
Now look. You know, we are speaking. Not the language of Quran. So the language of Quran is very deep.
That's deep.
You know it. I know it. We speak the لغة العامية.
No way.
Okay, so we are different.
Are you serious?
Than the language. Yes.
Yeah. So according to the Quran,
unlike
you see, this is false translation.
Unlike the language of the Bible.
You see the false translation here.
The language of the Bible is so weak.
Shut up. So the word here tamid does not mean sit it firm, not shaking. This is false. Tamid mean like, you know, when you like you go, I don't know how to explain it. Like, you know, if you are in a boat and the boat go up from one side and go down from one side, you know what I mean, because of the waves. This is what tamid mean, correct? Do you agree?
Maybe.
What maybe? You are an Arab, supposedly. You do not know what tamid means.
تتحرك وتميل. Okay.
Okay. So now we agree, finally. So now, guys, when you are in the boat and if there's some waves, the boat will go like sometime from go to the side, the right side, the other time to the left side. This is what tamid mean. So it is not shaky, it is going up and down from one side to the other side. Not the whole boat is coming up and down. One side go down, the other side go up. But is that really what happened to the earth? That when we put mountains on it, the earth will not do that? When the last time the earth did that? Hello. When the last time when the last time you heard that the earth is going to the right and then going to the left and then going to the right and then going to the left?
No, it does not mean that.
Tilt. Yeah, tilt. Let's say tilt, maybe.
Does not mean that.
Wiggle. Yeah, that's what it means. Tamid bikum.
Okay.
What okay?
Can you say the verse again?
You don't see the excuse me, you don't see the verse?
I make a search. No, I don't see it.
Chapter 16, chapter of the bees, verse number 15.
What's the surah?
What's the surah name? Chapter of the bees.
Surah An-Nahl, ayah
15.
Okay. Okay, hold on. So this is that the people, they do not understand. Even me, I speak Arabic. And you know, I have to go to tafsir, like explanation what's the mean, because the language of Quran is very strong.
I know the Quran is stupid, I understand.
Yeah, stupid.
What do you mean strong? Like this is stupid language. I mean, what kind of Arabic?
It's not stupid
Okay,
language.
okay,
It's not
okay.
stupid language.
Let me see if you know Arabic. How, if you can answer me. If I want to write the word musaytir, do I write it with sin
Yes.
or sad?
They can work for both.
It can work for both.
Yes. So sometimes they have the same meaning, but you can see it. You can read it in the Quran like si or sad.
See,
Musaytir
because he
or
knew, because I think maybe he heard me before. So
That's why.
yes, come on.
That's why you
Everyone
need.
knows that this is wrong. The Quran is wrong. So okay. So
No, it's
listen.
not wrong.
All right, all right. So now,
Okay.
let us go
I
back.
give you advice. I give you advice for free.
Let us go
I
back.
want to give you advice for free before you start. Okay. So they have atheist. There was atheist Arabic scholar who study Arabic language.
No way.
And I give you his name.
Donald Trump.
He studied the Arabic language. He studied Arabic language.
Donald Trump.
And he studied the. Huh?
Is that Donald Trump?
Come on, man. خلينا نتكلم. مش
انت بتحكي جد. You are talking about an atheist and a scientist. Who is going to be? It must be Donald Trump.
Okay, so he was atheist, and he was studied the language of the Quran. He said this language cannot be from any, like, this language is from God. He studied it. He was atheist. He even not was Muslim or Christian.
Is he an Arab?
And he studied the language of the Quran.
Is he an Arab?
And he said,
is he an Arab? Is he an Arab?
Yes, he's Arabic. He's Arab guy.
Give me his name.
His name, you can also, his name, he's old, but his name, Fadil Salih As-Samarra'i. He's from Iraq.
This is Iraqi guy. Okay. Is that the guy who say that the earth is flat?
As soon as the Quran says that the earth is like الأرض كروية, the Quran says that. Yeah, you can't read him.
No, the Quran says the earth is flat. What's wrong with you?
No, it does not say flat.
Abdul.
He said it as they exist.
This father is samurai. He's a scammer, my friend. Let him come here so we can laugh. Listen.
Now, if he is Christian, he will be scholar.
Okay. Hold on. Listen. Read for me. Read for me. Shut up. This is Tafsir al-Jalalain. Who knows?
Listen, why you kissing me?
Who knows what the Quran is saying? Your father is samurai, the Iraqi boys come back, or Ibn Abbas?
This guy is not with Islam, he does not support ourselves. He studied the language of the
he's
Quran.
He's a Muslim.
Right now he's a Muslim. After he found the truth
his life.
From the Quran, he became a Muslim.
He is a Muslim, born of a Muslim family, and everybody knows that he's a Muslim. What are you talking about?
Okay. His family was family was a Muslim, but he grew up as an atheist.
Okay, give me one video of him saying that he was an atheist. Go ahead. Just give me.
I watch his.
You have nothing. Listen, okay. Read for me. This is Ibn Abbas, the cousin of Muhammad. Who knows the Arabic better than Ibn Abbas? Do you know Arabic better than him?
They have a lot of Muslim scholars study the language of the Quran.
So which one of them is the correct one? As-Samarra'i or Ibn Abbas? Give me the answer.
Alena. So you come back again to the same verse. You said. So okay, the same thing for you.
Listen. You
asked me right
question. No. I want you to give me the name. Which one is the accurate scholar for you? This guy is Samurai.
I cannot give you the first scholar. They have different opinion, they give you different meaning. The same thing for your Bible. So if I ask you the same question,
they have even different opinion about what the word mean. What this religion is about? So are you saying to me every Muslim?
I said the tafsir and the meaning.
Are you saying? Are you saying?
Okay, the same thing.
Are you saying every Muslim have different interpretation for the same verse?
Okay, the same thing for your Bible. Not all Muslim, not all Christian scholar, they have explanation for the Bible.
This is not philosophy, and this is not even anything. This is just about the earth move underneath of you, left or right. So the scholars should agree about it. This is very simple word. Let me get you busted. Here we go. This is Al-Baghawi, the master of your masters. Do you see Al-Baghawi? What he say? He say tamil. What tamil? Translate for us. What tamil mean? والميد هو الاضطراب والتكافؤ ومنه قيل للدوار الذي يعتري راكب البحر راكب البحر maid. So as I said, I was right. So when the boat go down in the right side and then go up and then go down in the left side, this is what.
Yeah, so the verse is right. So this says in the,
okay,
I found another.
Hold on. So what
says,
this is what I said from the beginning. So why you are arguing? You say to me there's no meaning. So you should agree. Okay, now he agreed. Finally. Okay. Now, when the last time you saw the earth?
Okay, so you ask me question.
When the last time you saw the earth is dancing like that, and because of the mountains, the earth is not dancing no more. Because the verse saying
does not say that. Does not say that.
Do not lie. No, the verse says it will not shake on you. So but
no, this says okay. Do you believe the earth is they're going around itself or no?
Forget about going around. You are going around yourself already. So listen. So Allah He placed the mountains on the top of the earth, so the earth will not go left or right. But is the earth now? Do we have a shaky earth? Do we have earthquake?
Okay. Do you know the problem?
Or we don't. Or what? Do we have?
That you are not saying truth.
Do we have or we don't? Is the earth now is not moving? Is fixed? The mountains. Allah He placed the mountains, so the earth will not dance on you. All right. Is the earth is dancing or the mountain?
Mean that do not change. Do not change the words. Okay.
It says in front of you.
The verse does not say dance. The verse does not say dance. It means that the earth is...
Okay, jerk.
It says that the earth it's moving around itself.
All right.
This is what they mean.
Oh, this is what the earth moving around itself now.
you just come in here mocking us, and you know Islam is right. But anyway,
this is now about Islam the earth go around itself. Are you sure? Where do you get this from? Okay, hold on. If you can show me one Islamic interpretation saying that this is about the earth going around itself, I'm going to shave 10 meters of my 20-meter beard. Can you show me one? Okay. Can you show me one interpretation saying that this is about the earth going around itself?
We study. Okay, hold on.
You study?
We study. Yeah, when I was on the school, that يعني الأرض تلف حول نفسها وبنفس الوقت تلف حول الشمس والقمر. Yeah, تلف حول نفسها.
Translate so people will die. So translate so people will die laughing.
The earth, they turn around itself at the same time. They move around. They move around the sun and the moon. They have every planet they have on orbit, as they mention in the Surah Yasin. Yes, every planet, the sun, the moon.
Abdul, we will go there so we can laugh. Listen, but here it says that Allah He placed the mountains in the earth, so the earth will not shake and dance like wiggy, you know. So is the earth now is not dancing no more because Allah He placed the mountains, as I know.
He says tamid. Tamid is like a little bit moved, not dancing.
Okay.
Does not say dancing. It's just
all right.
Says it's move.
Okay. So is the mountains now? Is the mountain, because he's saying it's not going to move on you no more. So Allah, He placed the mountain. So what will happen? So the earth will not move. Is the earth still moving and dancing, or as you said, you said what? What the word?
What's the word? Tamid?
Yeah. What the word in English you said before the word? Which one you like?
Which Tamid? It says Tamid.
Yeah,
Tamid.
but what the word in English you like? Which one you like to describe the word tamid?
Tamid mean like they move around itself.
So Allah,
Right?
so Allah, He made he when He placed the mountain, so the earth now is not going around itself, because it says because Allah He did that, the earth is not doing tamid. So you are saying to me now, when Allah He placed the mountains, so the earth is not going around itself, according to you. That's deep.
Okay, so what's okay? Forget about the Islam. Forget about the Quran.
No, I will
What
not
the
forget. I cannot
science?
forget.
No. Okay, okay. Let's
I
talk about it.
cannot
Okay,
forget.
let's talk about it.
No, I cannot
Yeah,
forget.
I'm not
I
running away.
cannot
I'm not running
forget. I
away.
have a strong memory, my friend. What are you talking about?
Okay.
My
Yeah.
problem.
Hold
My
on.
problem. I cannot forget.
What the science approve about the earth? What the science says about the earth? Your science, guys. Christian science.
According to science, when the Prophet Muhammad he pooped, the earth opened her
Do
mouth.
not say Muhammad. I said to you guys.
Listen.
I said Christian scholar. This says that the earth they turn around itself. Is it proof it or no? Is it proof today? It's correct. Not Quran.
Listen.
Right or no?
Is it true that when Muhammad he pooped, the earth opened its mouth and swallowed his poop? Now we know why the earth is being junky, keep vomiting. We have volcanoes everywhere. We have earthquake everywhere. She was eating the poop of the prophet. That's not easy.
So they have. Also, we believe more.
Yeah.
More. Hold on. We believe more. Like scientific facts is coming.
Really? Like
again.
Like what? Like
yes.
what?
They mention. So yeah. So this says like when they come in the future. Which is they call علامات الساعة. That the sun they will come from the west, not from the east.
All right. Okay. So
yes.
how the sun will come from the west?
Is in the world of God, and that's mean the three signs of the judgment day. That the sun they will come from the west. And the second one that the الدابة التي تخرج من الأرض. The second one, and I think the third one. I'm not sure. The third one is the Dajjal.
You are thinking, but not sure. Oh, okay. So read with me, and you just get your prophet busted, my friend. Are you sure you are not paid by a Christian prince? Look, you're a prophet. He asked his boyfriend, saying, "Do you know where the sun goes?" According to you, when the sun set every day, do the sun go somewhere?
No, they have on orbit. You know it. I know it.
Yeah. So the sun every day goes, like when the sun set, the sun is going somewhere.
So they come from the east to the west every day.
Oh, so the sun every day keep moving, right?
Yes, they keep moving.
I thought the earth is going around itself.
You play a game. You use satanic tactic.
I know.
You use satanic tactic.
You know,
Be honest with you.
I will tell you a secret. My mom, when I was a kid, she used to call me Afreet. Afreet, you're Afreet. So listen.
Yeah, so that's right.
So listen. You just said that the sun goes every day from the east to the west. Is that true? Is that scientifically true? The sun every day.
Now, okay, hold on. So in ourselves right now, on the ground, we live on the earth.
Yeah.
I don't know where you live. We know that the sun they come from the east in our direction, right or wrong?
Yeah,
this is right.
This is true. The sun every day comes from the east. Yeah.
Okay. So on the future, on the future,
Okay.
the sun,
Huh?
they will come from the west. This is, I think they have, that says that the earth, they will change the moving.
The earth or the
Yes.
sun? The earth or the sun?
Like, that's why they will become from, يعني, I don't know how to translate it to English, but let me talk to you in Arabic. So محور الأرض سيتغير.
No, this is not what the...
سينقلب.
So you see, you are making fun of your prophet. This is a video made by a Muslim saying that the earth will switch its axis. This is false. Your prophet saying the sun goes every day. Read carefully. Do you know where the sun goes? They replied, Allah and his apostle know best. Muslims are mushrikeen. They associate the knowledge of God, their God, with the knowledge of a man. His name is Muhammad. Verily, the sun glitters till it reaches the resting place under the throne of Allah. So your prophet is claiming that the sun is moving every day. Go and rest, go to sleep under the throne of Allah, and then it fails, prostrate, and remains there until it's asked to rise up and goes to the place whence you come or you came, and it goes back and continue emerging out from its rising place. So this is now every day. According to Muhammad, the sun goes every day at night to sleep, to rest under the throne of Allah, prostrate, and then ask for permission to leave, and Allah send it back to rise from the east. Wonderful. So every day.
No, does not say sleep. I think this is
okay, not sleep. Okay, not sleep. Rest. Does it say rest? Rest in place. Do you see? Rest in place. Is that okay? Are we happy now? It says rest in place.
Okay. Do you know?
No, don't change topic. So now, don't tell me something. Don't tell me something. I know you're something. Your something is nothing. I know it. Don't tell me something. So listen. No. So listen. So the sun goes every day to the resting place. Every day. Going down straight. La 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 la. So goes under the throne of Allah and fail and prostrate to Allah and remain. Do you see it says remain there? Do you see it? Remain there until it's asked to rise up and go to the place whence you came. All right. So the sun came from where? From the east. Going to where? To the west. Allah every day will send it back to the east, and the sun will come back to the west. Wonderful. And it goes back, continue emerging out of its rising place. So it keep emerging every day. After it goes every night to prostrate and rest in place under Allah's throne. Wonderful. And then it goes back and keep doing this every day until one day Allah will not allow the sun to rise from the rising place. So here, and it return and emerge out of its from rising place and it glids in such a normal way. So this is the normal time, everything every day happen. That the people do not discern anything usual in it. This normal till it reach the resting place under the throne. Then one day it would be said to it, rise up and emerge out of the place of your sitting. Where is that? The west. And it will rise from the place of it is sitting. See, you lied. You gave me a video which made by a liar Abdul, claiming that the earth is changing her axis, when the fact is the sun is the one keep moving from the east to the west, and Allah at the end of the time He will ask the sun to switch direction and rise from the west. Now, do you agree with Allah and your prophet in what he said that the sun goes every day from point A to point B, or this is a stupid mistake by Muhammad and his God?
Okay. The sun, did they have orbit or no?
They have or, but I don't know about the bait.
Oh, did they have orbit? Orbit mean
I
madar.
told you, what I know they have or, but I am not sure about the bait. Tell me about it. Where the sun goes every day? Your prophet says the sun goes every day. Every day,
Okay,
sun.
so you come here. Come here.
Your voice.
And can make brush.
Are you using the internet? Are you using
So
the
orbit?
Are you using the internet of the neighbors?
Come from here and here.
I don't hear you. Your voice is cutting. Your voice is cutting. Are you using the internet of the neighbors as all Muslims do? Hello? Guys, is my voice coming clear in Discord? Do you hear me? Maybe Discord is... Okay. Listen, Abdul.
Hear you.
Sheikh Mohammed Ali Ahmed. Your voice is cutting. Go out. Close the... Stop watching porn. You are talking to me, man. They cannot play both. Stop all the videos you are watching and listen to me. Are you with me?
I cannot hear you.
You cannot hear me? Okay, do you hear me now? Do you hear me now? If you don't hear me, say one.
Yes.
If you don't hear me, say one. If you hear me, say one.
I hear you. Okay.
Okay.
So now, so
okay, reply again with your answer. Okay. I could not hear you. Go ahead.
So I said everything God created. Like I'm talking about the planets. They have own orbit. To prove this, that the sun, the moon, everyone, they have own orbit.
True.
Okay, so that's mean the sun does not come everywhere. Does not go here, there. Does not come from to the south or to the north. So this is what they mean.
This is not
so
what
they have
this
own
is not
orbit.
what this is not what your prophet is saying. Your prophet is saying that the sun goes every day.
So it says they have on orbit.
No,
this is what they mean.
No, it says here the sun goes every day from the east to the west. It's in front of you. Look,
okay.
Muhammad, he asked his boyfriend, saying to him, do you know where the sun goes? Did he say the sun goes nowhere? No. He said, do you know where the sun goes? They said, we do not know. Allah and his messenger knows best. He said,
okay,
it goes...
Can I stop you? Can I stop you here?
So you can stop me. Sure. Stop me. Okay.
Yeah, I cannot stop you.
Okay.
You make da'wah for Islam. The most hadith you bring it is weak hadith. Every time you make hadith, you bring weak hadith. I make a search and I found you are lying to your people. Like last time, you bring hadith about the blonde woman. And I found you that you bring. I don't want to say this is your mistake, but I make a search. I found that you hadith is weak hadith. The Muslim scholar does not agree with.
Okay.
So when you bring hadith, make sure it's hadith sahih.
Okay, is this
the one is
we will go after we finish with this one. We will go to the blondie women. You just asked for it, and you will spank you. But now, is this hadith in front of you? Is it weak or sahih?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? What do you mean you don't know? What do you know?
I don't know if hadith sahih or weak. But the last one for the blonde woman is
don't
weak.
Don't change topic. We will go there after we finish here.
I'm not changing the topic.
No. I can show you it is. I can show you it is sahih. Those who say it's not sahih because they are trying to cover the butt of Muhammad. We expose it and it smells so bad. So now listen.
You make
The hadith.
okay. You
The,
make my
no,
believe.
no,
You make
no,
my
no.
believe.
The
Okay,
hadith.
I
Don't
allow
change
you to
topic.
speak. I will allow you to
Don't
speak.
change topic.
You make my
Your
belief
mom is.
strong.
I will tell your mom honestly. If you don't
You
behave
make
yourself.
my belief strong
So listen.
because I make a search.
Do you know
Okay.
where the sun goes? Does it goes or the sun stay?
Okay, like I don't know. Okay, so so مجرتنا the what's the مجرة means the legacy is
Legacy.
moving. All the legacy is on like on planet.
Oh,
They have on orbit.
we get that. We get that. The orbit. But this is not about orbit now. Your prophet keeps saying that the sun is going every day and the time of the sunset. Your prophet asked, do you know where the sun goes? This was in the time of the sunset. And the time of the sunset. Do you know where the sun goes? Your prophet says the sun goes every day and rests under the throne of Allah. So does the sun goes every day? You keep saying orbit, you keep saying orbit. Oh, listen, okay, let us say this is an orbit, but this is the orbit according to Muhammad. The sun goes every day from the east to the west to sleep under Allah's throne. What do you think? Is that correct? Or this is stupid? I have to say this is stupid. Your prophet, he thinks the sun goes every day. Read this hadith with me. Read and laugh. Are you there?
Go to Arabic.
You do not know Arabic. Your Arabic is broken. You know, you sound like a Pakistani boy. Read it.
Okay, حدثنا أبو النعيم حدثنا الأعمش.
Abu Nu'aym, not Abu Na'im.
Now you want me to read it with a tashkil?
Okay, just read, man. Read just. I will not tell your mom. It's okay. Go ahead.
قال كنت مع النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم في المسجد عند الغروب عند غروب الشمس فقال يا أبي الضر أتدري أين تغرب الشمس؟ قلت الله ورسوله أعلم. قال فإنها تذهب حتى تسجد تحت العرش. فذلك قوله تعالى والشمس تجري لمستقر لها ذلك تقدير العزيز العليم.
Okay, so now we know.
Yes, hold on. You speak and you take it outside of the context. Is mean تسجدوا يعني مجازا. This says مجازا does not mean تسجدوا like تسجدوا like
I am
Muslim.
not talking about the word tasjud, which means protest. This is not my question now. Does the sun goes every day? This is the orbit according to your prophet. The sun every day go from the east to the west. Every day. Do you know where the sun set? Your prophet saying to his friend. His friend, he says Allah and apostle knows best because Muhammad is the same as Allah to the Muslims. He knows best. He said, Muhammad continues saying, it goes. Who is going? The sun. It goes and prostrate underneath Allah's throne. And that is Allah's statement. And the sun runs on its fixed course for a term. Decreed, which means it's a destiny. So now, every day the sun goes. Now we understand the other hadith. The sun will goes every day from the east to the west. Ask Allah for permission. And then Allah keep giving it permission every day until the day of judgment. And then Allah will command the sun to rise from the west. So now, you're a prophet confirming something very stupid. It cannot be from God. It is somebody, he heard stories, fiction stories, maybe from even the legion of the Jews, maybe the Roman, maybe from a Christian prince. I don't know. Christian prince used to the coffee shop of Prophet Muhammad, and Prophet Muhammad listened to him. So you're a prophet. He made it so clear, According to him, the son every day goes and asks for permission. Every day. Until one day, instead of coming back and rising from the east, Allah will give it no permission to go from the same to the same place, but He will command the sun to rise from the west. Remember, it's you who mentioned to me this. That's why we are talking about it. And this is proven to be stupid, because the day and the night happen every day, not because the sun going anywhere, but because the earth going around its axis. So your prophet is a false prophet.
So how the sun run every day the same thing?
Well,
Tell me.
According to your prophet, the sun is moving every day. Is that what happened?
Do not tell me about my bro. I'm talking to you. Put my prophet on the side. How the sun come every day?
Depend. I have a friend. The sun for him move every day. He get drunk. You know, he's not a good person. He get drunk. The sun, the moon, even his mama move around him.
Why you running? Why you scared?
I'm just telling you. I'm just telling
why
you.
Scared?
Even his
How the sun
even his mama, when she went to do Hajj, they found with her in the airport black label whiskey. She is 85 years old. The police in Saudi Arabia, they ask her, why you have a whiskey with you? She said, my son, I'm so old, I cannot walk around the Kaaba. I drink black label and the Kaaba go around.
Do you know the funny thing about
well,
you?
Listen, the Kaaba go around her after she drink. A Kaaba go around her after she drink black label. This is your prophet. Obviously, he drank black label. According to him, the sun is moving every day.
Question. Do not forget about my prophet. I'm asking you a question.
What the prophet? What the prophet? Your prophet is a prophet.
How the sun come? How the sun come every day? Tell me.
What do you mean? The sun doesn't go anywhere. It is the earth.
So how they come specific way? How they come?
Don't use dirty language again. Don't say come. Shame on you. I told you don't use that word. The sun goes everywhere.
What's the way of the sun?
The way of the sun, it goes from like a highway. You take highway 17, then I take 101, and then you go to the first exit. It's very easy.
Okay, so that's mean the hadith is right. This is what the Prophet Muhammad says. This the whole point he talking about the orbit. They have own madar. They have own way.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yes. So you agree so you agree the sun goes every day from the east to the west. You agree, huh? And take the highway.
Look your guys, look your people. Do you know the funny about you?
I know.
That you prevent people to looking for truth.
All right.
This is your problem. This is your problem.
So
anyway,
what about your prophet a problem? Look at this. What kind of a prophet he says such a stupid thing? The sun is not going anywhere. He claimed that Allah told him that.
I cooked you, man. I cooked you. Continue. I want to discuss other point.
You cooked me?
Yes, I cooked you. This is the second time. Yalla.
This is
yeah. I cooked you, man. This is the second time. Because you ask me, like you ask me a lot of questions, no problem. You can ask me any question you want, and the answer I don't know. I have to look and make a search on the language of the Quran.
I thought you cooked me, and now you are saying to me, and now you are giving me excuse, and now you are giving me excuse about why you are stupid when you answer. So did you cook me or I cooked you? Be honest.
Let's be clear. Me and you, we don't know what's the meaning of tamid. We work together. We search together. What's the meaning?
No, I told you from the first second. It's recorded. I told you when the boat go to the right, and then the boat go up from one side and go down to the left. That was the mean. I told you from the beginning, guys. Did I say that? It's you who did not agree. Then we went to the interpretation, and then I will show it to you.
Yeah, but they give us different tafsir. They give us different explanation.
We can go back and we find you're wrong. No, I showed you. Even here we go. I can show you again. Here we go. This is your tafsir. Read it.
Not this one. No, not the, I'm not talking about this one. I'm talking
about you are
the
talking
word.
about tamid. This is tamid. It's in front of you.
Yeah, but the tamid does not mention in this one.
It's mentioned in this one. Read it. It says rawasi and tamid bikum. Are you ignorant? You don't know how to read?
Yeah, I know how to read, but not this verse.
No, no,
وألقى في الأرض
this is
رواسي أن تميد بكم.
this is the same verse, Abdul. What's wrong with you? This is the chapter 16, the chapter of the bees. Verse number 15. So now do you understand?
Okay, so now what's next? We finish this point. We
So,
answer this.
so now
one.
you
What's
agree.
the- what's
So,
the-
so now you agree with me that we cooked Allah and His Prophet, right?
Respect yourself.
I don't respect myself. Do you respect yourself?
Respect yourself. Do you accept if I says
I
bad
don't.
things about Jesus?
I don't. You can say whatever you want. You Muslim always you insult Jesus. You don't call him Jesus. You call him
I
Campbell.
challenge you.
You call him
I
Campbell.
challenge you. Bring one Muslim. I challenge you. Bring me one Muslim say bad things about Jesus. I challenge you.
The whole Quran saying the whole Quran.
We respect Jesus more than you.
The,
We follow Jesus more than you.
The whole Quran accused Jesus to be nobody.
You are not Christian.
Hold on.
You are even not Christian.
Listen, Abdul. So aren't you
You
Muslim?
are not Christian, man.
Aren't you Muslim? You say Jesus is nobody and Muhammad is the best of mankind. Who is the best of mankind? Jesus or Muhammad?
Okay. You wanna answer without interrupt me?
Yeah,
no?
Go ahead. Cook me. Don't forget.
Yes. So let me tell you something. Now, if Jesus come,
Don't give me the answer. Don't give me speech. Give me the answer. Who is the best of mankind? According to Islam, Muhammad or Isa? Very simple. Give me an answer right away. Don't give me a
Quran. Okay, the Quran and the Sunnah says Muhammad, but at the same time,
see? So now
Christ,
you just said
listen.
You just said you just said you don't insult. You don't insult. You know. You are from Gaza, right? You have an Gaza accent. Are you from Gaza?
No, from Gaza, no.
You are from Ramallah?
No.
You are a Palestinian, right?
I'm not from Ramallah.
but you are Palestinian, right? You live in Jordan? It's okay. You are a Palestinian. Okay.
Why you want me to ask me what's my nationality?
All right, because I know if you say one Arabic word for me, I know right away your accent. So listen carefully. You said Muhammad is the best of mankind. Guys, don't you agree that this is the biggest insult to Jesus? Muhammad the pervert, the child molester, the thief, the one who go to his own son wife, he take the wife from the husband. The one of look at the wife of somebody, the husband must divorce her. The one who kidnap women from their husbands, the one who allow people to lie and to steal, and he was a thief himself. According to Muslims, he is the best of mankind, and Jesus is nobody. And you just said to me that you Muslim, you don't insult Jesus. If Muhammad,
you are not allowed. Okay, you are not allowed me to finish.
Finish.
You are not allowed me to finish.
Okay, finish.
You are not allowed me to finish.
Finish.
In our belief, I cannot be a Muslim if I don't believe in Jesus.
But you believe in him that he's nobody, Muhammad. You believe that he is the.
No, what do you mean when?
Yeah, nobody.
What do you mean?
Okay, what is?
Is they mentioned? Okay.
Listen.
Jesus.
If Muhammad is the best of mankind, how much insult you are giving to Jesus? So Jesus is nowhere close to Muhammad. Muhammad is the best of mankind.
Okay, you ask me question.
Listen.
You ask me question. I put them both the same level.
Did Muhammad go to
I put Jesus and Muhammad the same level.
No, you did not. You said Muhammad is the best of mankind.
You ask me, I answer.
No. Okay, hold on. I can show you.
Do you know why?
I can show you a hadith.
Do you know why?
I can show you a hadith.
You don't have to show me a hadith. Let's talk directly. I don't have to show you or to show me.
No, you can. No, you have to show me. Your prophet, he claimed that the Arab are
I don't want to show you.
Let's
talk directly. I know from my knowledge of my belief, okay?
You don't
have to show me or I show you.
No, you do not.
Okay?
No, you do not know anything.
I said I don't have to show you or you show me.
You have. It's not up to you. I have to show you and you have to show me, because here we speak with evidence, not with the speeches.
People, they can make search and they saw who are right or wrong?
No problem. So now, did your prophet say, claiming that the Arab are the best of mankind, and he is the best of the Arab?
Are you sure he said that? He says the Arab is the best mankind?
We will find out. Did he say he is the best of the Arab, and his Quraysh is the best of the Arab, and then he is the best of the family, of his family? Yes or no?
Okay, okay, listen. We are not like other people.
You are not what?
Okay. The way you use, like you said, the Arab is the best people. You come here and you try to show Islam is a racist. We are not racist.
So you are saying,
you believe.
So you are saying that if Muhammad
you believe in racism.
So you are saying if Muhammad he say that, that means he is racist, correct?
You say that. No, we are not racist.
Okay,
we cannot,
no.
We don't have racism like you guys.
I am saying that if Muhammad he said that the Arab are the best of mankind, he is being racist if he said that.
Okay, so you grow up in Arabic country.
This is not the question. Answer. No. Answer. No. Answer me.
Prophet Muhammad is not racist.
Did Muhammad?
Islam is not racist.
No, Islam is racist. Okay, hold on.
No, it's not right.
So why?
You're talking about racism, man.
So why your prophet he said that black people are made from the left shoulder of Adam, and Allah he said to them, "You go to hell. I don't care."
This is fake.
Fake? Are you sure?
We don't believe in racism in Islam. We don't believe it. You believe it, guys. You guys, you Christian believe in racism. And also Jews, they believe in racism. Because they have bad things.
All right.
They believe, they believe they are choosing people. This is the definition of racism. They believe they are choosing people.
Okay.
Like, why God only choosing Jews? Why God not choosing me or you?
All right.
Why God not just
so you are saying that if the Jews believe, hold on. I want you to make it clear. So if the Jews they say we are the chosen people, that means they are racist, correct?
Can I speak?
You just did. You just said that, guys. Did you hear him saying?
Yeah. Okay. I want to say it, but I have to make it clear, so you will not use it against me.
What?
Okay, so we believe the Quran says in the Quran, God choosing a part of the Jews,
false,
those who follow.
See, a hypocrite.
Let me finish.
A second ago, you said the Jews they believe. No, the Jews don't. The Jews they are chosen people. The Quran says that Allah favored them above all mankind, not some of them.
At that time, not today.
But you said a second ago.
At that time, not today.
But you said a second ago, the Jews they say they are a chosen people, and that is racism.
I don't know. Today, I don't believe they are choosing people.
Listen, don't change topic. The Jews,
I'm not changed topic.
The Jews today, they are reading their book and they believe that they are chosen people. The Quran confirms.
They are not choosing people. They are not choosing people.
Allah, He favored the Jews above all mankind. Chapter 2, chapter of the Hindus.
Okay, so yes, this verse.
So
he said
why Allah?
At that time,
no problem.
A part of the Jews, not all the Jews.
I will go with you. But you said if somebody say he is a chosen person by God, he is racist. It's you who opened this topic, not me.
Okay.
So
you finish or no?
Your God is being racist. Your God. يا فلسطيني. اسمع غزاوي اسمع.
أنا مش غزاوي. Let me speak.
Your God. You are from Gaza. Obviously, you are from Gaza. Listen. So, children of Israel. I know you hate this verse. I know. You are just from Gaza. Oh, children of Israel, remember my favor which I bestowed upon you, that I preferred you from all the world. Okay. So this verse in specific. So is that racism or not? According to you, you said a second ago. You said this is racism. It's recorded. Now you want me to answer on this verse or on my opinion? You already said it's racism. Already you say the Jews,
Yes.
they say
Yes.
they are the chosen people. That is racism. So your God, Allah, being
Okay.
racist.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. خلينا نحكي هيك بشكل مباشر. Okay. Do you believe that you are deserve to be from choosing people or no? هل أنت تستحق أن تكون من الشعب الله المختار or no?
I don't believe in Allah anyway. Speaking Arabic, speaking English, speaking English. I don't believe in Allah. So listen carefully.
No, I'm serious. I'm talking about do not.
Yeah, no, you know, for us.
Do you believe that you are deserved to be from choosing people or no?
For us, we believe that God, He chose those who chose Him, which means if you follow God, you choose God, God will choose you too. So Jesus says, knock at my door. Shut up. I'm talking about Jesus. Respect. This is not Muhammad. Muhammad, you can talk. Jesus, you shut up. So Jesus said, knock at my door and I will open for you. As simple as that. So if a Muhammad, and right now, if you decide to leave Islam and you condemn Satan like Muhammad and his religion, and then you join and you believe in Jesus, Jesus will open the door for you. Then you will become a chosen person because you chose God. You chose the truth over the faith of Muhammad. So we are chosen. Okay. We are chosen when we choose God. We are not when we are wicked. You are a wicked. We are not. So whoever believe in me and die, he will live. Jesus said. So what is the condition? You believe in me and you follow me. Not only just believe by lips like Muslims. Muslims, they say Shahada, but they are the most pervert people in the world. But if you believe in Jesus and you follow the steps of Jesus and you die, you will live. That is the promise of Jesus. You're a prophet. He himself is not sure he will go to heaven.
Okay, you finish?
Is that right? That your prophet is not sure he will go to heaven?
I said I'm from the choosing people. You said if you are from choosing people. But to say this, you have to prove it. You cannot say I'm from choosing people and you don't follow Jesus or God.
Is Muhammad chosen by Allah? Is Muhammad chosen by Allah?
Yes.
So why he are not sure he will go to heaven?
Sure what?
Why he is not sure he will go to heaven?
No, he is sure. They have many hadith says.
Read it.
That.
Read it.
What do you mean read it?
Read it. This is da'if hadith. This is da'if hadith says the Prophet.
So if da'if hadith, do not bring it.
Why not?
Because we will lose our time for not important thing.
Important.
Now let's talk about the choosing.
I changed my mind. I changed my mind. This is sahih hadith. Sahih.
You just change it.
No.
Let's talk about again the choosing.
No. I changed. This is sahih now. So now Muhammad, he said, none of you will be rescued by his works. He was asked if not even he, which means Muhammad, would, and he replied, not even I, unless Allah cover me with his mercy. So is Muhammad work will guarantee Muhammad to go to heaven? No. Is believing in Allah.
So they have a hadith. They have a hadith. It says that Prophet Muhammad and the other prophet, they will go to heaven. But you have to remember, you and me and everyone, that when you go to heaven, heaven is not a free ticket. It's not a free, رحلة مجانية. To prove if you want to go to heaven, you have God testing you. That's why God create hell and fire.
So is Muhammad Muhammad destined to go to hell or to heaven?
Because he's a prophet, like other prophet, all the prophet, they follow God, they follow the message of God. All the prophet from Adam to Muhammad, all of them, they will be.
So why he is saying not even why he is saying not even I?
Okay, that's mean. He will enter heaven on the mercy of God. Not like he.
But you said, but no. He is.
It's like someone come to your home.
No. He said, no. Hold on. You said to me because
I'll kick you out.
You said to me because he's a prophet, so this is his work. But now he's saying that his work doesn't count. His work doesn't count. So you lied to me. You said because he's a prophet, you said all the prophet of God will go to heaven. No, he just said his work will not be counted. He's not sure unless he's the same as the rest. He said to them, your work would not count. They said, what about you? He said, not even I. So all of them, their work doesn't count. So Islam is false, because Islam based on if you pray 5 times a day, bending over to the devil Allah, and then you go and hate the Christians and you kill some Jews and some Christians and some Hindus, and then you rape women and then you steal, and then you go around the Kaaba like a cockroach, and then you kiss the black stone, which is nothing but a vagina. If you do all those things and you do Hajj, if you do those things, you go to heaven. Muhammad says all those things is a lie. All those things doesn't count. All your work doesn't count. Read it. So what Hajj for? So what Hajj for? Why you pray?
Do you believe
why you pray
without that test?
Don't change topic.
What's the purpose? What's the purpose of the life?
The purpose of
life.
The purpose of life of Muhammadan is to rape and to kill and to steal.
What's the purpose? Do not forget about Muhammad. What's the purpose of life?
For me, is to spank Muhammad. What is your purpose?
What's your purpose of your life? How you can get
to spank Muhammad.
For you guys, you don't have to pray. You don't have to be a good person. You don't have to help poor people. You don't have to do anything. The only thing you have to do is just believe in Jesus, and you go heaven.
Okay, hold on. You made a big fat lie. You are a liar like your prophet. Can you give me the proof?
I'm not lying. This is what you believe.
No, give me the proof. Okay. No. You see, I just gave you what your prophet says, and this is what you believe. Now give me from the Bible saying that you can be fornicator and you go to heaven. You can be a thief and you can go to heaven. You can be child molester and you can show me the verse. Go ahead. Okay, show me.
Yes.
Show me.
Because
don't tell me because
you believe Jesus died for your sins.
Don't because me.
You believe.
Give me no. Don't because me. Tell me the reference. Where you get this from? You are a liar. Either you apologize.
I'm not apologize. You believe Jesus died for you.
No.
Right?
Yes, Jesus.
So what does that mean?
Jesus died to save me. That doesn't mean I will go to heaven.
How can he save you?
Don't change topic. You said we can do all.
I'm not changing.
You said we can. You said you can do all those things, and you mentioned all evil stuff, and you said yet we will go to heaven. Show me the verses in the Bible says that.
My argument against you that you believe Jesus died for your sins.
Change topic. Give me the verse.
I'm not changing that topic.
I'm asking you where in the Bible it says you can be a fornicator and you can go to heaven. You can be a thief and you can go to heaven.
I don't have any verse from the Bible. I can make a search later. But I'm make my agreement from you.
So are you saying that you were lying to us when you said that?
No, I'm not lying. I bring it to you. I bring it to you.
What you bring to me?
I'm talking about your logic that you will go to heaven, right? Because Jesus died for you.
No, I did not say that. I said
you said that. You said not you. All the Christians they believe this.
If Jesus died, listen.
Right or no?
If Jesus died in the cross, and I believe in Jesus, but I don't follow the belief, that means I am not a Christian. So in Christianity, believing is doing, and doing is believing. So shut up. Good. So Jesus said,
I agree with you.
From their fruits you shall know them. From their fruits. Okay. So shut up. So if you are a person who wear a big cross in your neck, you are maybe even a priest, you will not go to heaven if you are not doing the fruits of Jesus. So if you are a child molester like Muhammad, you will go to hell. If you
follow Jesus?
Huh?
Do you think you follow Jesus?
Yeah, I do. Absolutely.
You know, you don't. You don't. You don't follow Jesus.
How I don't? Tell me what? How?
Yeah, I told you why. I told you why. I give you example.
No, you did not give me. Give me an example. What?
I will give you example.
Okay.
You said you follow Jesus. You don't follow Jesus.
How?
The first thing that you make a claim that you are Christians, but you don't the law. You don't follow the law of Jesus on the Bible. The Christians country, they don't follow the law of Jesus.
Where?
They don't eat like Jesus.
How you got
They
this?
don't.
Hold on. Listen. Listen. Yeah. We don't follow the law of Jesus. Which law? Which one is that?
شريعة الله إلا ربنا أعطاكم إياها.
No. Tell me the law Jesus gave me, and I don't follow it. Just give me one.
Do you eat like him?
I eat like him.
Do you dress like him?
I don't dress
like. Do you pray like him?
Do you dress like Mohammed?
At least I have a beard. I'm not dressed like him. Like
my beard is bigger than you. Trust me.
Okay, good. Okay. Do you pray like Jesus?
Listen. I pray. Do you pray?
No, you don't pray.
Yeah.
Jesus prostrated on the ground. Do you pray like him? You put three.
Listen. Do you know when you say Jesus, he prostrated on the ground? Do you know what does that mean?
Sajada lillah.
No, they lay down. Abdul, they lay down in the ground and they open their hands. You're an idiot, not like Muhammadan. Muhammadan, they pray like the Buddhists. Go right now and watch any video of Buddhist temple. You will see that you Muslims, you pray exactly like the Buddhist.
Okay, is a Christian pray like Jesus today?
We pray. Jesus told us.
Do you fasting like Jesus?
Jesus told us. Hold on. Jesus told us when you pray.
Jesus never eat pork.
Shut up.
You eat pork.
Jesus told us when you pray, you go to your closet and pray. Don't be like the hypocrite Muslims who go in the corner, or like the goat who stand in the top of the car, or like the donkey who is having sex in the park. And he stand in the front of everybody because he want to show everybody he's praying, because Muslims are hypocrites. So Jesus, he said, when you pray, don't mention it. That's why we don't talk. We don't say I'm going to pray. We don't say I'm fasting, because this is a sign of hypocrisy. You Muslims are hypocrites.
It's not hypocrisy. It's not hypocrisy. It shows your belief.
Hold on.
When you fasting, you show your belief. When you pray, you show your belief.
Hold on. Where are you right now? You're in the state. Why you are not praying?
I'm praying.
You did not.
Of course I'm praying. I'm fasting.
The time of the dinner, the time of the prayer of the Isha already came to you, and you did not pray. Did you ask me?
I will pray. I have full time till Fajr, so no worry. I have till 3 a.m. to pray, so no worry. You don't pray like Jesus. You don't fast like you eat pork. Jesus never eat pork. You eat pork. Even the woman, Christian woman, they don't follow the Bible.
Listen. Hold on.
The woman, they should cover the head and the body. And
Listen.
Woman naked.
No. Hold
Why?
on. No, your mother is naked.
Yeah.
Don't
No, it's not naked.
Okay.
Respect yourself.
Okay, hold on. Here we go.
Respect yourself.
Okay, hold on. Here we go. Hold on. Do you see my screen? Those are your Muslim women from Gaza when they are dancing, and they are wearing hijab.
No, this one that you show me, this is not from Gaza. Stop lying.
They are from Gaza. Lying. They are from where?
This is not from Gaza. This is Khalij.
Okay, there. So this is where? Are they Muslims? Are they Muslims?
This is stupid people. Listen, I smashed you again.
What do you mean, stupid people? Respect yourself. Those are good Muslim women. Look, they are wearing hijab. Shame on you. What are you talking about, guys? This guy is insulting Muslim women wearing hijab. Alhamdulillah. Look at this, mashallah. Look how many of them they lay in the ground in the top of it.
Do not play satanic game against me.
Listen, do you see? Do you have
They have different between Islam and Muslim.
No. A second ago you were talking about the Christians. A second ago you were talking about the Christians. A second after you say those don't look like those Muslim women sitting in the top of the other women having sex with her. Live on public. In the front of people, they are lesbian, Muslim lesbian women. Do you see it?
Okay, so they have difference between Islam and Muslim.
What do you mean different between
Some Muslim,
hold
some
on.
Muslims,
What
some
do you
Muslims,
mean different
some
between Islam
Muslims,
and Muslims?
they do this bad thing.
a
Some Muslims, they do bad this thing.
second ago,
The
you
same
said,
thing.
look, mashallah, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, mashallah. Allah himself getting
This
dizzy.
is right.
Why Muslim women?
You will not.
Why Muslim women they shake their butt so fast? Is that like making shaking the eggs? Like what are you doing, man? I don't understand this movement. What exactly the point of it? Do you know why they
This
are
is exist in all nation. You will not find all a Christian like
you?
You will, yeah. Now let's be honest. Do you know who us? I see it here.
Listen. Listen.
I see Christians.
So when you speak about Muslim Christian women, you being hypocrite because Muslim women. Oh boy, sorry, guys, we can't even show it to you. We can't even show you the videos of Muslim. Look, it's blocked. All of it is blocked. You have to sign in and show your age because Muslim women are so good. Alhamdulillah. Oops, all is blocked. All is blocked. You cannot see. You have to sign in. And this is Muslim women. All is Muslim women, brothers, sisters. What she is doing here? What, alhamdulillah, what she is doing.
If your people not good, they will never follow you. They have a Christian.
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, Muslim women, you know, Muslim women. Alhamdulillah.
When you use this bad thing, that you are losing.
It's you who
this is lazy
it's
way.
It's you who used it. It is you who used it, not us. I did not mention anything about Muslim women.
I'm not mentioning
bad
things. I was talking.
Listen.
Talking.
No, you
I was talking the law of Jesus.
You say no. You mention a Christian woman. Apologize. Otherwise, I will show you more.
The Bible says that the woman they should be covered their head and the body.
Apologize for insulting Christian women, or I promise you, I will show you something more scary about Muslim women.
Listen. You ask me, I say to you, this thing is all nation, not only about Muslim. The same thing for Muslim, for the Jews,
you said 10 minutes ago, you said the Christian women.
Yeah, hold on. I say it to you on the law of the Bible. The Bible says the woman, they should be covered. Is a Christian, except one people.
Okay, can you show me? Okay, hold on. First of all, can you show me one verse in the Quran saying women they should cover? This is number one. Secondly, nowhere in the Bible it says women they should cover. Can you show me where it says?
Yes. I will allow the other guy.
No. I will continue with you. I will continue with you. Nobody will join for now. So now listen. Can you show me where in the Bible it says women they have to cover their hair? And show me in the Quran where it says Muslim women they should cover their hair.
Yes. So if you go to the Bible, they called, I don't know, they call Corinthians.
Corinthians, okay.
6:11.
6:11.
Yeah, Corinthians 6:11. It says إذا المرأة إن كانت لا تتغطى فليقص شعرها. وإن كان قبيحا بالمرأة أن تقص أو تحلق فلتتغطى.
And
also the Mary of Jesus, there was cover.
Don't change topic.
I'm not change. I'm still talking the same topic. I see verses that the Mary there was covered the head and the body. If you, I saw a video 100 years ago or 9 years ago, a Christian woman was covered.
Listen. Don't change the topic. Don't change the topic. You say to me you are going to read from 1 Corinthians. Read for me what it says there and let everybody laugh at you. You are a potato, my friend. You are a potato. You are a potato. You are literally a potato. You are literally a potato.
Let me see it. Can I see it in Arabic?
We don't use the Arabic.
So 6:11 is the same verse because it's different between Arabic and English.
What's 6:11? What's 6:11?
It's the same verse. It says 6:11 Corinthians. I don't know 11:6 or 6:11.
Are you sure?
What? Yes, I have it. I have it. I see it here. That's why I said I wanna read it in Arabic to confirm I have the same verse.
Okay. So read for me what you are reading. You said to me 6:11.
Can you translate it to Arabic just to make sure?
No,
it's the same verse.
You read it. Read it. Read it in English. Read it in English. Which
verse?
Which verse you are talking? I don't know. You are quoting for me something I don't know. I'm trying
6:11.
I'm trying to. What is 6:11? What is that?
I think إصحاح 6 آية 11. This is what I'm thinking. أتوقع يعني. Because the Bible, your Bible is different than the Quran. The verses is different. So.
Okay. So do you know where it is?
I mean, come on. I mean, you know what in your Bible. You know what this is in your Bible.
Know.
Why you try to...
I know what's in my Bible. But what you said to me, 6:11, whatever. I don't know what you're talking about. You don't even know how to quote anything. So let us read together. So this is 1 Corinthians here, chapter 11. It says the following. And
yeah, right here. 6. Go to 6.
Go to 6.
I see it.
Okay, read it.
Yeah. For if the woman be not covered, let her also be shorn. But if be ashamed of a woman to be shorn or shaven, let her be covered. This one.
And
this verse, yes.
So
this is covered. It's clearly in front of your eyes.
So did you read the rest of the verses, or you stop? You are done.
I see. I read this one.
What
okay,
about?
let me tell you something.
What about?
Three religion.
Okay,
Islam,
hold on. But the Bible says that the women her hair is her cover. The woman, her honor, her cover is her hair. So this way he's saying
not only hair.
It is. But when the women she go to the church, she cover her hair, because if she don't do that, she is the same as someone, she is shaving her head. All right. The same time the Bible says that the cover of the women is her hair. So Christian women, when they go inside the church, they wear something in their head, not because men, they will not look at them, or men, etc. This is about showing respect to God. This is not about being good or being bad. This doesn't prove that you are good or bad. But when you go to the house of God, men, they have to show respect to the house of God, and women, they have to show respect to the house of God.
But my friend, this is order from God, not only about to pray.
Don't change.
I'm not changed.
Okay, hold on.
This is not only about the pray.
Why?
This is
but why you don't read the rest of the chapter? If you read the rest of the chapter, you Muslims, all of you, are a bunch of weirdo. You go to Muslim website, you read something, read carefully. Do you see what the same chapter is saying?
Okay, but if a woman have a long hair, it is glory to hair for their hair, to give in hair for covering.
So what is the cover of the women?
The hair. Okay.
Hold on. So the cover of the women, the honor of the women, is the hair. So a woman is shaved.
That does not make sense to me.
No, see here. Hold on.
If they want to cover their hair,
you're a prophet. He used to have a long hair. Is that correct?
Say again.
You're a prophet. Used to have a long hair, correct?
Okay.
Here it says it's a shame for the man to have a long hair.
Okay, the same thing for Jesus. Jesus, who has long hair.
No, those pictures. No. Your prophet. His hair was going down, and those pictures for Jesus. This is people imaginary about.
No.
Nobody have a big. Nobody saw how Jesus. No, no, no,
Okay,
no.
so he
The
have
Bible
hair,
is
just
so
not
no,
like
no,
women,
no, no, no. The Bible
not
is so
like
clear.
women.
No, no,
Like
no,
what?
no, no,
Okay,
no,
the
no.
picture of
You're
Jesus.
a prophet. You're a prophet. His hair is long like a girl, according to Muslims. Correct?
No,
And he put eyeliner. Correct?
no,
Do you want to show you?
you don't have to show me.
I have to.
Let's
Why
look.
not? Why you
Let's look
afraid?
for
Why you afraid?
the same
So
thing.
listen. So here is
The Sharia.
so
Okay,
you see. So you
the
see.
law of
First of all,
God.
so you see Abdul. You see
Let's be
Abdul.
agree together.
Abdul. Let me show you. So the Muslim women I showed you right now.
I
They
don't
would
have to. You don't have to
hold
show me.
on.
Okay.
The Muslim women. The
Shari'atullah
Muslim.
wahida.
The Muslim women I
The law of
showed you.
God one
Listen. The Muslim
is
women I showed you.
Christianity, Islam,
The Muslim
Judaism.
women I showed you. They are wearing hijab. Are they good women? Are they good women?
Say again.
The Muslim women I showed you on YouTube, they were wearing hijab. Are they good women or bad women?
Okay.
Are they good women or bad women?
The one they show me is bad. Okay.
How
But
you know they are bad?
because they don't follow the law of God.
Okay,
You ask
hold
me a
on.
question
No, they
and I
are
answer
following.
directly.
No, they are
Do not
following.
come judge me
They
for.
are following the law of God. They are wearing hijab. Do you see any one of them? She is not wearing hijab. Show me one. All of them, they are wearing hijab. You said that the women who wear hijab is a good women. Those your Muslim women, they are wearing hijab. Look, longer
Yes, but
clothing.
this one, they do haram. Okay.
So what do you mean
They have
haram?
different between.
I thought
They have different
I
between.
thought wearing
Okay,
hijab. I thought wearing hijab will make the Muslim women a good women.
Of course, you will find a lot of women they follow Islam. You will find
So
bad
so now
women they don't.
this woman she
So
is
you
not.
cannot.
This woman she
You
is not.
cannot.
This
Hold on.
woman she is not wearing hijab. Is she a good woman or a bad woman? She is a Muslim.
Okay. Okay. Good question for me. It depends for your attention of your niyyah.
What those women are doing, Abdul? Can you tell me what those women are doing in the what those women are doing in the video? Can you tell me, please? What those two Muslim women?
Listen,
What those two Muslim women? What those Muslim women are doing? What they are doing in the video, please?
This is stupid argument.
No,
this is lazy way.
It is you who mentioned hijab.
You're supposed to be ashamed of yourself.
It is you who mentioned hijab. You mentioned hijab. So Muslim women wear hijab. Muslim women wear hijab, but they do everything wrong in the world. We know you. I am coming from there, Abdul. Those stupid things those stupid things you can say to somebody who does not know.
When you come and talk to me, respectfully, this is stupid, lazy way when you come talk to people.
It is you. It is you. It is you who mentioned. It is you.
I say it to you. You saw bad people from Islam.
It is you who mentioned to me. It is you who mentioned hijab. It is you who mentioned hijab. MashaAllah, Alhamdulillah. Muslim women, they are jumping in the top of each other, having sex live on air. Here we go. Bingo. Those are Muslim women. They are decent women. In the front of men, in the front of video cameras, live on air. She's wearing hijab. And now she will put her head between her legs and she will start kissing her there. This is what you do.
Okay, what about Christian women? What they're doing?
I
want to use your logic.
You said the one who is wearing hijab is following the teaching of Allah, and the one who is not wearing hijab is not following the teaching of Allah. But all of you Muslim women, yes. No, you mentioned that. You mentioned. Okay, listen. So you're a prophet. You said to me in the Quran it says women they should cover themselves. I accuse you of lying. Show me the verse.
Where? I show you too in your Bible.
No, I showed you that the cover of the women is her hair. Same time, Christian women when they go to the church they cover their hair to show respect to God. This is not about being good or bad. I'm showing you. I'm asking you now. Where in the Quran? Muslim women should wear hijab. I challenge you to find me the verse.
Okay, challenge me. You sure?
Hijab is a word mean cover on the head or a curtain?
What do you mean curtain?
What hijab mean?
What's the mean curtain?
Hijab, what the word hijab mean?
Curtain, what's the meaning in Arabic, curtain?
Curtain, sitara. Sitara.
Sitara, okay.
Hmm.
Okay, so yeah, that it's mentioned in the Quran, I think in the Sunnah also, not even in the
Show me where,
Quran.
show me where in the Quran it says women they should cover themselves. You are a liar.
No, I'm not a liar.
Nowhere in the Quran it says that.
Okay, hold on. 1 minute, I will find it. No worry.
I will give you 10 hours.
Hold on. That we know that 3 religion, Christianity, Islam, Judaism.
You have nothing.
That the women they were covered.
You don't have religion. You are Abdul. The most lousy cult.
Okay, is Mary was covered or no?
The people in the old days, they cover their hair because of dust, because of dirt. Not because they are
Is
good.
Mary was covered or no?
No, according to the Bible, in the Old Testament, women who cover their face, they are harlot. They are
I
what?
said cover mean, I don't say face, I said cover mean the hair, the
Yes,
head and the body.
the women who cover
I don't mention nothing about the face.
This is what Muslim women they do. They cover their face. They are harlot according to the Bible.
I don't mention the face. I said the head.
Don't change
and the
topic
body.
now. Show me the verse. We will go
You
there.
said the
We will
face.
go there. We will go there.
Oh, yeah, I found it.
Show me the verse in the Quran. Show me the verse in the Quran says Muslim woman she should cover her head.
So they have يا أيها النبي قل لأزواجك وبناتك ونساء المؤمنين يدنين عليهن من جلابيبهن. Yeah, the jilbab also including the hijab.
No.
Yes. So
okay.
this one.
Okay, hold on.
Right here.
Let me teach you. Let me teach you. First of all,
you don't have to teach me.
Hold on. Hold on. All right. Hold on. So when you say that the Quran told the Muslim women to dress in a certain way, does it say there anywhere that the women she have to cover her hair?
Okay. So when this says that jalabibihinna is no for the jalabib that just to talk to people they don't understand. The jilbab mean that
the dress
cover the body.
No.
Dress.
No.
Yes. Let me answer.
Is a dress.
But
okay.
No purpose. Yeah, hold on. No purpose.
Where is the hijab? You see here the Muslim lies. They say i.e. screen themselves completely except the eyes or one eye to see the way. Is that in the Quran? Or this is a fabrication of the Muslims in the corrupted Quran?
Okay, so no. So the jalabib, I'm just found it to you, including the khimar, the one who put on the face. So when they put on the face, there will be including the head.
No, jilbab is a dress.
Why
jilbab is the women dress. Have nothing to do with cover for the face.
Okay, so جلابيب جمع جلباب وهو ثوب أكبر من الخمار.
What khimar? What khimar ya himar? Khimar is something you put on your it's a scarf. Where is the khimar? Here it says jalabib. Just make them long. Make them long and cover your chest. All right. Now where is the hijab? Look what the Muslim they lie in the translation. They say i.e. screen themselves completely except the eye or one eye to see the way. One eye. They want the Muslim women to open a hole in the curtain so she can see the way. One eye only. Only one eye, brother. Is that in the Quran? Or this is a fabrication of the translator?
Okay. I say it to you before I answer. If not found it on the Quran, they will found it on the Sunnah.
No, so you don't have.
But we know from the
Are you
seerah.
say, hold on, hold on. So are you saying to me, your God Allah never said to you, to Muslim women, to wear hijab? What a shame.
Okay, do you say to me when the woman cover the body?
Hold on.
What's the purpose if they cover the body and keep
it is you who mention the cover. It is you who mention if that this is the command of God, and you Muslim, you follow Allah command, but then it turned to be you don't have it.
We have it on the Sunnah.
So the Allah, he forgot to tell you?
So all the law, I mean, you don't have the Sunnah of Jesus. So the only thing about
don't change topic. Don't change topic.
I'm not changing the topic.
Don't
I'm
change.
trying to make example.
Don't.
I'm trying to make example. I'm not change the topic.
No,
I
listen.
know. I'm not
Listen.
changing the
So
topic.
now, listen, Abdul. So now, you are telling people here that Allah never mentioned that Muslim women should wear hijab.
Is there mention in the Islam? This is my answer to you.
I'm asking you. Show me.
Is there mention on the Sunnah?
So your Sunnah shouldn't come from the Quran. So you Muslim follow Allah or follow somebody else. What Sunnah mean? Where in the Quran? If Allah never said if Allah never said you Muslim women should cover her hair, so this is a fabrication of the Muslims.
No, so this says that the woman they should be covered.
Where?
Okay.
Where?
And then
where?
they have to cover the awra.
Where?
Okay, so on the Sunnah says, I'm reading to you that they mentioned that the woman they should be covered. They should be covered on the. I read it to you from the Tirmidhi. Okay. So they have awra. They have to cover the body, including they shows the face and the hand. Okay.
Give me the hadith. So we can put it in the screen and we can laugh.
So the hadith is from the Tirmidhi.
Read the hadith for me or post it.
Okay, hold on. وروى الترمذي من حديث عبد الله بن مسعود أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال المرأة عورة فإذا خرجت استشرفها الشيطان فأخبر أن عورة العورة I don't know what's the meaning in English. العورة يجب سترها ومنها لمن تركت الحجاب وخرجت متبرجة سافرة كقوله صلى الله عليه وسلم.
What are you reading? This is not your prophet speaking. You're a potato again. What are you reading?
I'm reading to you the hadith.
Yeah, what are you reading? This is not the hadith. This is not your prophet talking.
Okay, so you said bring it.
Abdul, I know all the laundry of Muhammad. You are making things up.
Okay, I said hadith. The thing I see it from the Tirmidhi, and I mentioned to you. You ask me and I answer.
Read again. No, you are adding things is not there. Okay, read from the beginning.
I'm not added. The thing you ask me, I found it and I'm reading it to you.
You are not reading the hadith. You are reading somebody post. You are just a potato. Admit it.
So you want So you want to say the hijab does not mention in Islam?
I'm asking you. Show me if it is.
This is what you say.
I'm saying.
I mean, I prove it.
No, hold on. I did not say hijab. I said hair covering. Hijab is a curtain. Hijab is not a hair covering. Hijab, you put a curtain between you and somebody else. That is hijab. Hijab is not something you put in the head. It's not something you wear. Hijab is a curtain between you and someone else.
Yes, you're right. But at the same time, called tahajjaba mean like they come like cover. To cover become to protection to make protect for women. Because if you make a woman naked, you know God create man weak in this way.
Yeah.
So God says, woman, you have to cover yourself.
No, Potato, read the hadith you just gave me. And this is the hadith you gave me from At-Tirmidhi. Right? This is the hadith you gave me from At-Tirmidhi.
Yeah, this is the one.
Okay. So now I want to ask you, Potato, why you are giving me the hadith?
I found it. I'm not okay. Weak hadith. You asked me, and I found it. I'm not a scholar.
You are a Potato. So guys, isn't it him?
You found it weak hadith.
Isn't it him who accused me that I am using a weak hadith? Well, here we go. He is using a weak hadith, and this hadith proved Muhammad to be a scam. Why? Look what he said. He said his mama, she's a vagina. Awra mean a vagina. All the women in Islam is a vagina. So the women is a awra. She is a private part. All of her. All of her. So when she go out, Shaitan seek to tempt her. You see it? That's what you gave me.
Yes.
Do you approve what your prophet is saying?
Yes, I think this is right. Do you know why?
Do you say that to your mom?
This is right. Do you know why?
Are you willing to say that to your mother? That she is a awra, she is a vagina. I'm not insulting your mother. I'm just saying what your prophet said. So, do you like to say to your mother, hey mama, you are a vagina, and when you go out, Shaitan, he seek you? Are you willing to say that to her?
Okay. This hadith, I believe something right on it.
Something right?
Because, yes.
Okay.
Because you know, women like God designed women.
How he designed them, by the way, this is a crazy design. Oh, tell me about it. How Allah designed women in Islam?
In Islam?
Yeah, how he designed them?
I'm talking about like the عاطفة النساء ضعيفة. Okay.
They have weak emotion. I thought you are talking about I thought you are talking about their butt.
It's mean anyone who have bad idea, and I'm talking about the men who have bad idea or bad evil. He will cheat woman, or he lying to woman to make what they're doing.
What they doing?
So
when
they're going out.
I don't know. Seriously, you are talking like Kamala and Joe Biden. What the passage of time? Tell me what you are saying, man. So now the women, she is a vagina. Why she is a vagina? Why your prophet saying the women is a vagina? All of her is a vagina.
So in Islam, we said like women should supposed to be have a man to protect her. She cannot woman go by self, because could be any man rape this woman.
Okay, yeah.
Could any man cheating her or lying to her for something?
Because Muslim men, they run in the street.
So this is what they mean.
Okay, so you are saying to me
this is what they mean awra. When you awra mean that you are not.
So you are saying that Muslim men are like dogs. They claim to be believers. If a Muslim woman walk alone on the street, they will rape her. This is the truth. This is Islam. Women alone, she cannot walk in the street. She will be raped. He just told you. Because Muslim men are so good, Islam make them like dogs. They bite anyone in the street. That's what you say. That's what you said. Why she need a guardian? If the community are a Muslim community, they fear Allah and they pray to Allah. Why a Muslim woman, she is walking in the street, she will be raped by Muslims? Tell me.
This is you guys. The most woman rape is a Christian woman, not Muslim woman. Because they are naked. They're not covered.
Again, I can go. Okay. Did your prophet himself is a rapist? If a Christian woman, hold on. What is the punishment for rape in the Bible? As I know, it is death. What is the punishment for rape in the Quran?
The punishment?
For rape in the...
You're talking about the punishment or you're talking about the evidence?
No, the punishment. What is the punishment of rape in the Quran?
I think that's maybe the same thing like you.
I challenge you.
Stoning. I think it's stoning.
No.
Stoning, right?
Let me show you. In fact, in Islam, if you even rape your mother, if you sleep with your mother, there's no penalty for it. Is that correct?
Now you wanna bring me weak hadith?
No.
You bring me weak hadith?
No.
You bring me weak hadith?
No.
So,
it is you. It is you who bring me weak hadith. Here we go. It's in front of you. It is you who brought me a weak hadith. It is you who do that.
Okay, so you ask me to find any hadith.
No,
I found this.
Guys, did I say?
I'm not a scholar.
No.
I found this.
You said you don't accept weak hadith, but when you find something you think can support your lies, you bring me weak hadith. By the way, weak hadith is accepted. I like weak hadith.
No, okay. You cheating your people. Are you lying to them? You change my word. You know that.
So
I said awra mean. Okay, so for example, if woman alone can walking by itself on the street, it's okay for you. If you have a daughter, did you allow your daughter walking at the night by itself?
I don't. Me myself, I don't go at night. If people they go at night,
I said if you
listen. Okay,
I said if you
hold on. In the West, and many of those people on the street have nothing to do with being Christians. Yet the number of those who get raped because walking at night is very, very little. But if a Muslim woman walk in the night at night, for sure she will be raped. So right now there's maybe 20 million women and men in the street in America. How many of the 20 millions are going to be raped today? But if we send the 20 million Muslim women in the street alone, all of them they will be raped. Is that right?
No, it's not right.
You said that to me.
England.
You said that to me.
In England. In England.
No. Your prophet, he said the woman is a vagina. She need a guardian. And you told me why? Because if she go alone in the street, she will be raped. You said that.
Okay, so this is what the mean awra. You ask me, I said the woman they're supposed to have a man with her. I mean, you are not jealous of your wife or your daughter. You are the youth. You are not jealous. So that's why Islam says you have to protection your daughter, your mother,
what the word
wife.
What the word the youth mean?
The youth mean the man who are not jealous in his wife or daughter.
Okay, this is Mohammed. This is Mohammed.
Listen.
This is Mohammed.
Like you guys,
okay, hold on. If a man he come to my house and he flirt with my wife, he will end with Allah in hell. But you're a prophet. A man he came to Muhammad and he said to him he wanna F his wife. What your prophet did to him? Do you know?
Why you change the topic when you lose?
I am not. It's you who mentioned the youth.
I said truth.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
I want to say something.
I'm
sorry. I'm sorry.
Hold on. A man, he came to your prophet. He told him, I want to F your wife. What your prophet did to him?
Okay, now يعني انت زعلت عشان حكيت لك انت
No. I go with the topic. Don't worry. I'm not upset. You know, you can insult as much you want. I know how to return the answer. Here we go. So this is a person who came to Muhammad. He asked him, he said to him, I will give you a woman, give me Aisha. I want to F her. Read it. What your prophet did to him. Not only that, the man, he broke the door of the house. He did not even ask for permission to get in. He pushed the door. He did not knock at the door. And then he said to Muhammad, I want this woman. Who? Aisha. What your prophet said to him? Oh Allah forbid that. Allah. Did he get angry? Did your prophet get jealous? Is he the man who defended his house? And then not only that, Aisha, when he left, Aisha, she said to Muhammad, who is this guy who speaks to you like this? He said, إنه أحمق مطاع وإنه على ما ترين لسيد قومه. He is a fool we have to obey. So if he insists to F you, I will let him if you. It's in front of you. أحمق مطاع. The man he asked to if Muhammad wife. Did Muhammad take his sword? Allahu Akbar? No.
I believe this is weak hadith.
This is not, prove it. Guys, weak hadith. Again, the same game. This is, shut up. This is At-Tabari. This is Al-Qurtubi. This is Al-Qurtubi.
Yeah, you bring me a hadith from the Tabari. A lot of hadith is not right from the Tabari. I read his.
Okay, I can give you.
Like his,
I can give you from different. I can give you from different place. No problem. Is that what you want?
No.
What do you mean no?
Do you know why? You cannot. Okay, you cannot. Prophet Muhammad cannot say forbidden something and they allowed it in the other way. They cannot do this. Okay. So they cannot say something haram and at the same time it says halal.
You remember? You remember when we came here? You know, we showed you that Allah, even Himself, He said the sun, He made the earth first, and then the other verse He says no, He made the sky first. So yeah, in Islam it's very normal. There's a lot of, you know, Muhammad is a hypocrite. Muhammad, he told them don't touch women when you are praying, but Muhammad used to touch the legs of Aisha and he punched her between her legs, which means her vagina. This is your prophet. Your prophet always you do that. You're a prophet. He always. You're a prophet. You're a prophet. He always don't change topic. You're a prophet. Always do those things. You're a prophet. He said you should not piss facing the Kaaba, but he used to piss facing the Kaaba. I can show you.
Okay, the pray to Kaaba.
Piss when you shit.
You bring me weak hadith.
Again?
I'm not discussing to you anything about hadith.
Again?
I'm not a study hadith.
Again?
I'm not a study hadith. I'm not study hadith. So they have more people know better than me. But I know my basic belief.
All right.
I know my basic belief.
All right.
If Jesus,
just take a hike, man. I'm done with you for today. Come tomorrow. I am busy with Aisha now. Your prophet is very jealous. Hey Muhammad, can I take Aisha for just the thing, OCP. This is Aisha, the mother of the believers. So what? I want to take her. You know me. I am a leader of my people, huh? Aisha, CP, he left. She said to him, "How this guy he talked to you this way?" He said to her, "Oh, he is a fool. We have to obey." A fool we have to obey? The youth. The youth. Look how many times this hadith is reported. In fact, what they're doing, they were exchanging women. You take a woman, I give you one of my women, you give me your wife. This is what the guy was asking for. And Muhammad the coward, he did not dare to shout, at least shout at him. At least say, shame on you, get out of here. He did not dare to say that. This is your prophet, Potato. The one who takes shower with dead dogs. The one who marry a child. Her mother have to feed her a cucumber and date so she can be fattened, so she will be bim boom. This is your prophet. And you are talking about Muhammad is the best of mankind. He is the most pervert person ever of mankind. 6 years old girl. Her mother have to feed her a cucumber so she can send her to Muhammad to boom boom her. And who is the best of mankind? Prophet Muhammad. He go to his own son wife, he F her. His own son. In their books. Let us see. How the mother of Aisha, she prepared her to be effed. Excuse my language. She was so tiny, so small. Her mother, she tried everything to fatten her, to send her to Muhammad, but she is so small, so tiny, and the pervert Muhammad is waiting. Aisha, she said, my mother was trying to fatten me up when she wanted to send me to the messenger of Allah, but nothing worked until I ate a cucumber with dates. Hey ladies, do you eat a cucumber? This is the best of mankind, taking a baby. Her mom, she have to feed her a cucumber and date, so she will be ready to open her legs for him. What kind of a pervert, this pervert? You know, do you know what they would do to him in America if he go to jail? He would be killed. Go check, ask anyone. Those who they are accused of a child molestation, child crimes, they don't even live a month in jail in America. They get killed by criminals themselves. They will not even let them get close to them. They will kill them. Which means even criminals, they have more respect to themselves than your prophet. Your prophet will spend lifetime penalty if he come to America. Rapist, child molester, thief, fornicator, liar, cheater, false oath, false promises. This is your prophet. When you say to me, I don't want to show you, because you have nothing to show me. You don't know what you are talking about. You Muslims don't have religion. You don't have God. You don't even know who is your God. Your prophet never heard the voice of his God. He never heard even his fart. No witness for anything about Muhammad. Jibreel told me. Where is Jibreel? Jibreel, he just left. What Jibreel said to you? He squeezed me 3 times. If there is any mayonnaise came, hold on, I have a call. Hello? Get some breath. First of all, I threatened you to throw me a story like Prophet Muhammad. Okay, hold on. I want to know why when you talk to me, always you shake your head. Can't you talk to me, Zakir Naik, and your head is fixed? Get a breath. First of all, I take my head because I like to take it. It's not your business. No, I want to know. You shake your head like a lizard. For what reason? Can't you? You get me dizzy. I cannot focus on your eyes. Okay, look at me. Look, stop shaking your head. Get a breath. I do that on purpose to get you confused. So you lose the debate. What? But I'm not losing the debate, you know, but it doesn't make sense why you are always shaky-bakey. Zakir Naik, what a liar you are. You see, guys, they lie to each other. They say in Christianity, Christians teach that they can do everything and they will go to heaven. We know anyone can give me verses says it clearly that even a drunk will not go to heaven. Thief, men who dress like women, they will not go to heaven. Women who act like men, they will not go to heaven. This is the Bible. You cannot find that in the Quran. In the Quran, everybody will go to the paradise of Allah to F each other. Allah accept all kind of Muslims in hell, in heaven, his heaven. But there's only one sin Allah don't forgive. If you do associate with him. That's it. The rest is not important. It's your religion who believe in that, not us. You are a potato, Abdul. Alright guys, did we have a good time? Don't forget to subscribe, and if you already subscribed, don't forget to unsubscribe, because you make me feel happy. Like the numbers of my subscription go up and then go down. Go up and go down. I feel like Allah. He come down every day in the third part of the night. Because his reception is very bad. He is using AT&T. He's God, but he cannot hear you unless he get closer. Hello? I don't hear you. Get closer, Allah. Their God is a yo-yo. Their God is a yo-yo. Somebody asking, do David go to hell? Well, if David did not repent before he died, he would go to hell. As we know from the Bible that he cried for his sin, asking God for forgiveness. So we will leave what God to do. This is our Lord, the Messiah, is the judge. I don't tell who will go to heaven. I don't tell. I'm not the one who judge who go to heaven, who go to hell. Our Lord, the Messiah, he is the only judge for all mankind. David, not David, doesn't matter. Everybody have to be judged by the Messiah. The one who deserves to go to hell, he will go to hell. And the one who deserves to go to heaven, he will go to heaven. And we believe and we trust that our Lord, the Messiah, is the only just, can judge us, because a human being cannot be just. In order to be just, you have to know everything, and you have to be able to make a decision, the most wise decision. Human being is not. Human being, he do based in his relationship with the people, or interest, self-interest, or if he even being like a honest judge, still he have to judge based in his knowledge, and our knowledge is limited. We do not know the sin of every man. If somebody brought you, I have degrees in law, so if somebody brought me, and I am a judge now, let us say, and you brought me somebody he accused of a crime, I will listen to the witnesses, I will listen, and then I will decide what to do based in the knowledge I have. I might even send the man to jail even though he is innocent, but all evidence against him. Justice in this earth does not exist. If two people, they decide to destroy you, they can witness that you did a crime. Two people, they can destroy you. The judge, he do not know. The judge, he listen. And if you are living in America, they don't even have a court system to be considered justice. You go to the court, there's a bunch of people listen to you. So if you are a good actor, you cry in front of them, you claim that you are victim, not the guilty. If you convince them, you are you go free, even if you kill 10 people. They bring you a bunch of juries. One of them, none of them maybe is qualified even to be there. Very weird system. Most of them, they are uneducated, not qualified to investigate, So you speak in front of them. I did not. I promise you. I have no idea. This is not me, etc. If you convince them that if you make them believe that you are a good person, you are free to go. If you are not a good actor, even though you are innocent, you did nothing, they will send you to jail. I was in a jury duty long time ago. All of them, they want to send the guy to jail. Every one of them. Except me. And I start showing them the evidence one by one that this guy cannot be guilty. From one against the rest, at the end they agree with me. They are not qualified. They are normal citizen, not expert. This is very important task in life. You don't send a person to jail that easy. And then when I was explained, they say, "You're good. Huh? How you noticed that? We did not notice that, huh?" Yeah. Oh boy. So if you are accused of something, it's bad luck, and you might meet some, and even some of them, they just want to go home. They want to make judgment and go home. They don't care for you. Like, come on, we want to finish this court thing. They pay you, $20, $25 a day. That doesn't cover even the gas and the time, and they just want to go home. So just make any judgment and let's go. Very bad system in USA. Same time, other system can be more horrible. Why? Because the judge can be bribed. One judge. You bribe the judge, you're free. One person, so easy. So here is depend in how lucky you are. If the judge is a scumbag, you are doomed. What happened in Congo? 70 Christians slaughtered by jihadists. Well, Christians, they have to arm themselves. What we can say? Islam is evil. What you can say? And this is that the news? This is every day. We keep saying to the Christians, you need to arm yourself, defend yourself. Nobody want to listen. As simple as that. Those criminals, terrorists, they target you because you are not armed. If they knew that you are armed already, they would not come to you. Trust me, I know them very well. This is why a house without weapon is an invitation to the criminal who have weapon. He knew you don't have weapon. He can knock at your door. You open the door, he put a gun in your head. Bingo, it's done. And if you are not opening the door yet, he will break it in. By the time you call the police, he will be done. And he will be in different city. And then the police, they come and they take pictures for you. Chuk, 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 chuk. And they are drinking coffee too in their hand. What's his name, this guy? Who live with him, like in the movies, they show you how disgusting those investigators. They come in the top of the body of a human being and they are drinking coffee. It doesn't make sense if we don't have coffee in the hand. Come on, he is a inspector. What is the coffee? This is telling you how much they care for you. They are drinking coffee over your body. Instead of using two hands, concentrating, looking for evidence. So what time you found him here? Okay, send him to the laboratory and I will call them later. Coffee and donut. Yeah, don't forget the donut. Sorry, I apologize. We missed the donut. Oh boy. Oh Lord have mercy. This is why I say justice in this earth is very rare. Most of people, they get into trouble, and there's many criminals, they are out just because they are rich, they are powerful. And if you are poor, you go like now, all those famous ones around you, they are presidents. They commit all kind of crimes. Like Clinton, he took false oath in the court. Did he go to jail? No. If I take a false oath in the court, what is the penalty? Severe. Many years in jail. Lying under oath. His wife, Clinton, Hillary, she formatted, she deleted, she dumped her document, all the evidence. This is a bigger crime in USA. Officially, it's a bigger crime. Do she go to jail? No. If other employee, he do the same, employee in the foreign ministers, in the Department of State, or any state, any minister, he do that, he will stay in jail for a long time. A postman, if he throws some meals in the street, he will spend 5 years in jail. If you are powerful, rich, even in America, you are free. What about you pay $100 million to Trump to free you from jail? He would do it. Legally. Burden. One signature. Boom. Even if you killed 50 people. 1,000 people. One signature. A privilege. That is a form of a scam. Why a president, he can let a criminal get out? You tell me. This is the guy actually. This is Ali. Ali is here, guys. Ali is here. Ali came in the stage. I kicked him out actually because I thought he is different person. How are you, Ali?
I'm fine.
Well, sorry, I apologize. I thought you are different person, but now I just noticed that you are Ali. You came very late, Ali. What happened?
اتفقنا على الخميس ولا لا أجد لك بثا يوم الخميس إلى الفجر.
But it's too late for me now. My mom, she said I have to eat my dinner and sleep soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can't.
But we can maybe spend 15 minutes, 20 minutes together. What do you think about the hadith in front of us? Aisha, her mother, she feed her cucumber to get fat so they can send her to the Prophet. What do you think? And this is the hadith in Arabic.
Yes. ما به هذا الحديث.
What?
ايش فيه ما به.
شلون يعني هذا؟ عائشة يعني صغيرة جدا، ضعيفة، طفلة مسكينة، أمها تحشو فمها بالخيار كي تسمن لكي يرسلوها للرسول. يا رجل، أين الحياة؟ هذه طفلة صغيرة. Guys, I'm saying to him, what kind of a people you guys? This is a child. You push a cucumber in her mouth, date, so she can get fat, so the Prophet can do boom boom to her. And he's saying to me, what the problem? ايش قصدك شنو البروبلم يعني؟
يعني هي تعطيها شيئا لتسمن لكي تصبح صالحة للزواج حتى تقوى بنيتها، فما المشكلة في ذلك؟
Guys, he is saying that will make her ready to do boom boom. What the problem? كيف صالحة للزواج؟ هذه طفلة يا رجل. هذه طفلة صغيرة، أمها تعطيها الخيار لكي تسمنها، فكيف تصبح صالحة للزواج بأكل الخيار؟
سوف أتحدث لك. في قوانين الولايات المتحدة أو أي قانون أوروبي أو أي قانون آخر يصح للشخص أن يمارس مع هذه بشرط قبول أهلها. فالرجل هنا صلى الله عليه وسلم
غير صحيح. هذا كذب. Guys, he is saying in America a man, he can sleep with a child if their parents agreed. That is false. Show me the reference. هذا كذب يا رجل. في أمريكا إذا مارست الجنس مع طفلة سوف تمضي بقية حياتك في السجن 30 عام 40 عام.
والله العظيم 17 عاما إذا مارست معها بقبول أهلها لا مشكلة. هل هنا؟
Guys, look what he said. He swear by Allah saying if she is 17 years old and her family agree, there is no problem. Listen carefully يا علي. أنت قلت 17 عاما. هذه عمرها 6 سنوات. كيف يعني أنت كذبت. أنت قلت طفلة، الآن نتكلم عن 6 سنوات و17 عام. 17 بعض الولايات يسمحون، بعض الولايات 18. إن كنت أكبر منها في العمر تذهب إلى السجن. إن كنت مراهق مثلها لا يحاكموك لأنك مراهق. ولكن هذا رسولك عمره 54 عاما وهذه طفلة عمرها 6 سنوات. So she is 6 years old. He is 54 years old. in USA, 17 years old, if she do have sex with a teenage like her, well, he's a teenage like her, but if he is mature and she is under the age, he will go to jail.
عندما أولا هو دخل عليها عندما كان عمرها 9 سنوات، وعندما يصل سن البنت إلى 9 سنوات تأتيها الدورة الشهرية، فإذا أتتها الدورة الشهرية أصبحت صالحة للزواج. هل أنت أحكم من الله وأحكم من المسيح بجعله المرأة ذات 9 أعوام تستطيع تأتيها الدورة الشهرية وتستطيع أن تنجب؟ هل أنت أحكم من الله والمسيح؟
Let us translate. So guys, he's saying when you know he did have sex with her at the age of 9, and when she was at the age of 9 she have her menstruation. يا رجل أنت تكذب. أعطني الدليل بأن عائشة في 9 من عمرها كانت حائض. Give me the proof. Give me the proof. Give me the proof that Aisha at the age of 9 she have her period. You're lying, my friend. You're lying.
Okay, wait.
أنا سوف أعطيك الدليل. تفضل اقرأ.
أقرأ ماذا؟
اقرأ.
حدثنا.
Do you see here?
In Arabic.
In Fath al-Bari, page number 143, it says, Aisha, she was allowed to play with her dolls at that time when at Khaybar she was 14 years old and yet she don't have her period yet. So she was allowed at that time to play with the dolls because she still was a little girl and she's not yet reached her puberty. Why are you lying? And this is page number 143, variant number 13. هذا فتح الباري. عائشة كان رخص لها باللعب باللعبات لأنها كانت صغيرة ولم تحض بعد.
قد روى في صحيح مسلم إن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم تزوجها وهي بنت 7 سنين وزفت إليه وهي بنت 9 سنوات. تمام. ومات عنها وهي بنت 18 وفي سن 9 سنوات تستطيع المرأة أن تحيض وتنجب.
You see, guys, he said that the Prophet married Aisha at the age of 7. That's a lie. It was age 6. Why you Muslim keep lying? You are talking to Christian Prince, my friend. لماذا يكذب المسلم دائما؟ أنت قلت في سن 7 ولكن الحديث تقول في سن 6. لماذا يكذب المسلم دائما؟ لماذا يكذب المسلم دائما؟
ابحث.
أنا من يبحث. هذا اسمع، هذا البخاري، سنن ابن داود، كلهم بنت ست عاشت معه 9 سنوات. She lived with him 9 years. You Muslim always lies. You come to Christian Prince to lie. I mean, how dare you? So Muhammad, he married her at the age of 6, which means 5, by the way, because the Muslim calendar is a short calendar. So 6 years mean 5 years for us. 9 years mean 8 years for us. So she was 5 years in our calendar, 6 years in their calendar, and he have sex with her at the age of 9. But at the age of 14, still Aisha playing with her dolls. She's a child. At the age of 14, which means after 8 years of her marriage.
الروايات الأكثر تقول بأنها تزوجت في السن 9 أي زفت إليه في السن 9.
No, لا صحيح.
هناك اختلاف بالأعوام.
دخل فيها في 9 ولكن تزوجها في 6، أي أنه كان يمارس معها بدون دخول الذكر في الفرج كان يمارس الجنس معها بالملامسة والتفخير إلى آخره. هذا رسولك. So the Prophet of Islam, he used between the age of 6 and 9, he used to put his penis between her legs. He used to touch her and kiss her and masturbate. At the age of 9, he have intercourse with her, which is 8. At the age of 14, as we showed you, Aisha still she have no period, and she is playing with her dolls. With her dolls.
أولا هل أنت قلت دخل فيها؟ ودخل فيها في اللغة العربية يعني أنه مارس معها الجنس الحقيقي.
نعم.
وأنت قلت بأن نفس الوقت لم بدون دخول الذكر. فأين ممارسة الجنس في ذلك؟
دخل فيها أي أنه نكحها. قبل ذلك
نعم.
كان يملسها، يطلسها، يداعبها، يضع ذكره بين رجليها. هل هذا يجوز؟
هي زوجته بالنهاية، لماذا لا
So guys, let me translate. I just said to him, so Muhammad at the age of 6, he used to put his penis between her legs, he touched her body, he masturbate with her, he have orgasm by touching her body. He's saying, what the problem? She is his wife. This is what he just said. Can you say that to them in English, Ali? Tell them what you said to me. No, say in English so they can hear it from you. Just tell me what. Tell them what you said. Tell them what you just said to me.
لكنه كان إلى عائشة.
No, just say what you just said to me. Translate, because I want people to see that this is not my translation. Tell them that it's okay. So what? He used to touch her, he used to molest her, he used to put his penis between her legs. So what? She is his wife. Tell them. Okay, tell them. In English. Tell them in English. Tell them in English.
In English what? What do you mean?
Tell them what you just said to me in Arabic. Tell them what I translated to them, but I want them to hear it from you. You know English, so you translate for them. Your prophet used to touch her, molest her, put his private part between her legs. He have orgasm, even though she is 6. You said to me it's okay. You said, so what? She's his wife. Tell them in English.
About what?
About what you told me about your prophet putting his private part between her legs. You said it's not a problem.
Okay. When she is the wife for Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, no problem. But he
no problem.
مارس معها. نعم لا مشكلة في أن يتلمسها وهي زوجته، وإن كانت في السن السادسة، ولكنه مارس معها في دخولها السن التاسع عندما أصبحت تحيض.
Okay, so listen guys. No, you're lying again. I'm just showing you in front of you that Aisha at the age of 14 still she don't have her period. At the age of 14. You're lying. Same time, you are saying, what the problem? She is 6, so what? She is his wife, so he can have all kinds of sexual enjoyment. You know, I will leave that to the people, because you have to be really a pervert to have a desire for a child. She is 6 years old, and you say, you Muslim, you say, what the problem? This is a pervert religion. There's no question about it. Muhammad is a pervert. He is at the age of 54. You know, if Muhammad was 8 and, you know, he's a kid, he didn't know what he's doing, I would say a kid playing with the kid. If he was 12, I would say he's a kid. If he was 14, I would say he's a kid. But this guy is a 54 years old.
يعني بالعربي إيش؟ مختصر.
يعني رسولك عمره 54 عام وهي طفلة صغيرة. نعم. ماذا يشتهي فيها؟ ماذا اشتهى بهذه الطفلة يا رجل؟ لا تستحي؟
يا أخي هناك حديث أمره بالزواج منها. هل تكذب؟
So guys, Allah, he commanded Muhammad to marry her. Yani, so guys, so if a child molester he go to court, if you got somebody as a child molester, he will tell the judge, Allah told me to have sex with her. Can you believe it, guys? He says Allah command him to F her. So what the problem?
اسمع الحديث.
أنا عارف الحديث يا رجل عارف. All right, Ali.
خلاص إذا
Ali. Tomorrow, listen, Ali. Tomorrow I will be live.
Yes.
Today you came late. Tomorrow I will be live. You would like to join us again?
غدا عندي درس في مكة المكرمة.
So guys, tomorrow he is teaching in Mecca al-Mukarramah. He is going to teach in the city of Mecca. He will teach the Muslims. Allahu Akbar. So tomorrow he's busy. He cannot come to see me, but maybe other day. All right, no problem, Ali. Anytime you are welcome. All right. شكرا يا علي.
No, الآن لا تستطيع.
Say again. ماذا؟
الآن لا تستطيع.
أنا موجود هنا لساعات طويلة. لا أستطيع أن أكمل.
Okay.
مرة ثانية.
I can ask you a little question.
في المرة المقبلة يعني تعال مبكر وليس بمتأخر.
في توقيت نيويورك أي ساعة البث حتى أضبط مواعيدي؟
8 يعني حوالي 8 مساء بتوقيت نيويورك.
أوكي.
أهلا وسهلا. مع السلامة. All right, guys. This is Islam. And this is our friend Ali. I hope you guys are learning good. And if any of you think still for a second that Islam is even a religion, you have to be mentally ill. Zero ethic, zero knowledge. Their God himself is a pervert. Their prophet is a pervert. Historical error in the Quran. Arabic mistakes in the Quran. Scientific mistakes is English in the Quran. And then somebody will say to you, the Quran is amazing. Well, if somebody vote for Kamala and he thinks she's amazing, why they would not think the Quran is amazing too? Especially with the passage of time. Right? This is why I say stupidity is amazing. Isn't it? If somebody want to vote for Kamala, why they will not vote for Mohammed? I mean, people, they have no brain. We have to say that, I mean, there is people, they worship Satan. Yes, they exist. Human being is sick. Human being can be the most evil, filthy creature. The second he believes in evil, he's a new species. And this is what Satan does. He confused them. He made them follow him, yet they think they are following God. Very sick, filthy cult. I can't even call them cult. So don't forget to leave your comment. I wish I can stay longer, actually. I was working all day long today. And I just ate and went live right away. I didn't even have time to take a shower. So I want to say thank you all for being here. I hope we learned something good for today and we enjoyed our time. And today Christian Prince was cooked twice. 3 times. I can't handle it. I have to go. The Muslim Abdul, they can cook everybody. They are so good. And Christian Prince, he have no idea how to refute them. We have to admit. I buy a glue every day from Amazon to glue myself after speaking to Muslims. They shattered you with their knowledge and their intelligence and their high, super powerful brain. By the way, in case you do not know, they made an auction for brain. I know. Chinese brain sold for 2 cents. Only? Japanese brain sold for half cents. What the heck? Arab brain sold for $10 million. What? Why? It turned to be because it's never been used. The other nations, they are using their brain. Those Arab, they never use it. Brand new, still in the works. The plastic is there. 0 mileage. This is why the price is so high. Just think about it. It is time. It's time to take a black label, so the Kaaba will go around you in case you don't like to go around the Kaaba. Until I see you soon again, I say, may the Lord bless you. God is good, and so is Jesus. And we are the crusade. See ya. And don't forget to leave your comment. God bless.